Debbie and so Emfa and Mamma Quay them. Tony, I feel Utimi at the Amanon no Ebre a month for Sabako.
Namiadum Godfather now, so
no about to be
Edeniamiasi. Every now, so Debbie
was okay.
Oh, Debbie, I dare not. Be no Yamochina Mekasa. Afamadumana Muni Juvable. Say Ochina. Momachino, Mobeshe. Chelsea Beshe 5. Having some muja. Juvedi. Say Emudaho too much.
Obiaka them say Mammy well, Mammy so so. Be as a woman so. Tinadia may miss so so. No baby are
yeah, met here for and for crab and to find her in summer air course so long for a close so
1 ton low, 1 cent high. 1 ton low, 1 cent high.
And no one dinner.
1 ton low, 1 cent high. I'm more America. The uncle.
Warranty Kessben FM on Facebook, Kessben FM on Facebook, or like here. Oh, shall now comment. I'm only any chafa or show the motor 12 the best of my Baba and so Abana a Facebook, dear Kessben FM, YouTube, a Kessben TV tier too far. Now in summer, echo so uncle for a close so Yan shall send fee equitable announcer boxing and Saturday night at the HS Sunday. I'm watching and about Kessie Echo so our Tottenham Hotspur, one and so stadium one. I'm Anthony Joshua AJ Ekolu so poto abra to France no last year Emma all the 3 judges no take a decision is say na AJ will no answer elusu Emma says the newly crowned WBA IBF WBO and then IBO heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk and Usyk ekodini chrome Ukraine na okodru ho from airport or Kiev ekodru fie yenti na ehwe ne makra itimi course.
Дякую. І там і букет. Дякую. А капюшон не надо надевать? Да, я сейчас вот это жду.
Пожалуйста, что вы делаете?
Поколемось. Своих сыновей, дочку, которые очень сильно переживали за...
O Kiev airport ofi ho ono enso etwa so kofia na autographs ene den fancy there ono enso atimi agibi panel Lennox Lewis a former heavyweight champion she say a retired boxer ono enso a comment about it me ekos Saturday night no na ose Anthony Joshua I am from so nem from so ye ene say o man bought no elastic beyond the 8th round also from round 1 equals round 8 no na ose nka agent enso atimi abu Usyk after 8 rounds no na ma Usyk enya confidence why not no and so ebetim awini ampani ampa a 12 o'clock to France no unanimous decision ono enso etim awini all the title better na eno enso edason I'm dealing what na say there ampani for boxers no eyo madwen say on mandatory challenger on the 9th of October ana theology no ebaso eno tasimfiri ne donte wodan tokwa eno enso ebaso na the obewini no by force mandatory so also on dealing what ekontiwe any story eno enso eba yanko tennis na Nekejos ono every Australian ye be say how far and a person Rachel on the tennis career no so on there bema be ye bi wa me ni nyina ohwe modern ma wa boss so far only be ma also team approval enti any man from now obetimi a return after tennis no ono enso agile but Roger Federer ono enso ayete 40 years Roger Federer ekwe ni kotodwe operation surgery last month no na ye be say da ben and a woba do need to do and say ontimi e main timeline da record party ono enso eba on force no return because they say or no adinfe aduanan 40 years into also train a man recover fully and son next tournament no ono enso atimi akọ na ono enso atimi akwakobo yefeni enso enche soccer from Tennessee dia yenko ene at the night of champions UEFA Champions League no and the Manchester draw enso Bason 8 games and Bason na Liverpool mo Portugal amne FC Porto and wakobo yebisa clubs a match who is saying because Liverpool last 2 games are any Porto Abonon and 9 goals in Liverpool team Ashe and no mama your favorite and our club say Debbie Liverpool and your favorite on the game Basiente and some club or the Atuja.
The first thing you want to do is make sure that similar things will not happen again. So that makes the job not easier for us. But it's not about that. We are not like that. We don't think about the last 2 games we played there. We think about this game, and they have obviously different opportunities to set up, lineup wise, system wise, and we have to prepare for that.
Jurgen Klopp, a Liverpool manager ahead of a game on Porto Bono and the just said on my last 2 games my ball Portugal no 5 goals on our master 9 goals to my team Ashe Nelson no interest Liverpool a favorite way a different ball game altogether way a Klopp na settlement on any game on Enso Airborne Ro Ferdinand Enra on Enso Ekasai on Mohamed Salah Liverpool player no also Oshe goals Panenso say they needed attention. No, so recognizing I said Liverpool fans saw and shut down source of Salah so now Salah or a player why you be part of Liverpool in Sama Ro Ferdinand former player Mama United and also Eddie Atuja.
The time, the talk, the focus which he deserved because this guy 100 goals. What's the stat, guys? You got the stats there, ain't you? I've got it here. He's the 5th quickest to 100 goals in Premier League history. Like, it's crazy. And the biggest fact of that is he's a wide player. He's a wide striker. He's not an actual out-and-out number 9. Like, ahead of him is Shearer, who his numbers are ridiculous, are crazy. Respect, shout out to Alan Shearer, he's been on the show. Harry Kane next, Sergio Aguero, Thierry Henry, and then Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah is an absolute beast. Like, I don't care what anyone says. We need to get him on here and talk, man, because from what I speak to the guys who've been around him, who play with him, who work at the club, he's focused, he's got that mentality, that obsession with football, that obsession with scoring goals and being at the top of the charts, almost to a detriment to some people's eyes. But the guy, man, every game you watch him, he gets at least 1 or 2 opportunities on goal, created by himself or put on a plate for him. And he's a killer. He's an absolute killer. So when you're talking about the best,
former United player telling cancer or boss Salah baso nemo any pass Salah or attention or some kunyano nensa entering kanemu Salah or ye beast or be on your out and out strike and his numbers no very very high goals no dear or no enso ebetimi armor brutal and numbers no ridiculous with any adjective make us say Ferdinand or no enso edit describe Salah send goals no ban no enso baso enso or not Thierry Henry enra our Monday night football or Sky Thierry Henry a former Arsenal player akwetena so bi na yebisa ne se enche bia and okofa Spotify penny padra ne egg e buy sell on be take over e ma stand cronke mu Anton Shares na amfama no na Spotify wona no latest and same thing chemu a Thierry Henry edemaye
to get there you need to have someone to respond on the other side. It didn't happen yet. He is here to stay, so let's see what's going to happen. But for the moment, we enjoyed, obviously, the win yesterday. So there's no dialogue at the moment, but it's a game of patience, is it, do you think? I think it's going to be long. I think you remember that I said that it was going to be long. How long it's going to be, I don't actually know, but we are here to stay. All right. The last time you were here, we spoke a lot about DNA of Arsenal, and we talked as well about this potential new owner, the Spotify founder Daniel Ek, who you were sitting with yesterday, and, and you were telling us about the fact he was bidding for the club. So what's happened on that? Well, to be able to get there, you need to have someone to respond on the other side. It didn't happen yet. we.
I'm last Sunday, our London derby team course, so Tottenham LC 3-1 on the Papana Echo Park into Darling Egg. Latest, and it said, Kwambiasopani is here to stay in the bed. Company 4, rejected, Omo Anton Chefs, no Anthony, so a bit take time. So, of course, they are here to stay Kwambia, so that should be no Papano and so a bit team out of Arsenal Club, no, not and so Abenedia. Sir Alex Ferguson, a former manager, and Mama United, or 6-0, the return to United, a big move na United for Ibrahim Sonfa Swapa or no, and a Kofa Ronaldo at the Bama United. The intention Sir Alex Ferguson, latest waka at their first 0.
To the team as
Well, you see, Saturday, that's what Caesar entering Rome after victory. I came, I saw, I conquered. It was fantastic. I mean, for anyone, as a United fan, we could have 1 million people in there, without doubt. I mean, someone's telling me outside, there was hundreds outside, you know. It's one of these things that, when it's here as a kid, the learning process was very, very quick. A lot of people says he was a diver. It was not, that was a little spell of that. But after that, he was attacking defenders and they only needed a nudge and he lost his balance. Yeah. And he was attacking with unbelievable speed. And the increase in his knowledge.
Ferguson any attending canon no Nekofa Ronaldo buy for the first time. She says second time Ronaldo second coming no waba and papa Sir Alex Ferguson born about say United for no and so ebehu never be Ronaldo and so ebeba club no. Now over the weekend Man United lose to Aston Villa. Now go on about with some controversies and Russell Franco and Ora Fredachi e debate kakra e show no so and no anopa midfield action jumedie so. Now former England Premier League referee run the added Demon Gallagher and so churchim dientia e referee no one day Salah go na ono etim agi go ntin sema Demon Gallagher e kan e fa Aston Villa goal a omo de shetia Man United Football Club.
There he's not looking, and I think that's where it becomes very complex. Mike Dean knows he's in offside position, looks at that, sees he's not in his eye line, there's the ball, there's where he's looking, and you look at that photograph and you say he's not in line of vision. And I think that's why Mike Dean has said to the assistant, great, you've supplied me with the information. Now with that information I can take this decision and I can fully understand why the goal was given.
Is it just line of vision or that he's got his arm on it, he's still trying to deal with him?
He is.
Is that of any relevance?
That's why I said I believe he become a victim of his own instinct, because his instinct is I want to get him out of the way to get to the ball. Yeah. And I think he's actually making contact with Watkins. But there you see the ball's gone. And from Mike Dean's view, I can fully understand why he gave a goal.
This is what, there's Mike Dean down there, and this is his line of vision here.
And this is De Gea's line of vision there. He's not.
Mike Dean one Salah goal Aston Villa for na say goalkeeper the here mpo ball no action na chese nani kwa ehwe ball no enso etim FL ho one emene ekoye na de si na Sama, according to Nicholas Anelka, former PSG player, the two say Messi for Bo and for Emma Mbappe or the Bowman no feeding the boss PSG attack no and so every team Asha Morgus Frank Kessben per se or Babesi account the Premier League. I'm S-man player no Man United Liverpool and Chelsea and Yabra or Mubia and Sunyana or Enso Epe or na partner even a former Chelsea or Enso assistant coach at Chelsea apart from Lukaku player back bar and check or Pekene from Mubia so be make a difference Saula on Enso for Let's Madrid Enso etim ebaye Jimmy Carragher Enso Bodjogini Abaso or so Akukudro or a very very brave so na bo mo a o ma so or a player kasia or no Enso Esombo Eddie Emma Chelsea now Tony Cruz after 141 days no return and ne or into the lineup Maduboko ball against FC Sheriff na ne din EP players are omo Enso Elko match day squad my word winner yenyina we so na yemfancy.
Okay, Tony Montana,
Godfather.
All right, why am I doing? And I pay so look sharp.
Medase.
And some kito akra. Also make a honzamba.
Medase.
Manen twaswa unkochina.
Me pachu.
So does it?
Me fe bibi anka.
Okay.
Padaroma.
So go. All right. Kwa Mickey at yeah. No kind of buy and can kasi propose it.
Bonin Tony Godfather. Bonin.
No. Tony was a bad boy.
Oh, you bad.
Demo bit my yen from
Nana wadam for them by. Oh, Nana any ding come one am cast Mocono.
No, my the Achabe 11. Right, no packet. Hey, will be a man who now.
Yes, some those who did not
be a man now.
Yamimwe.
Yes, I'm really. Miamia be brave.
Debbie,
yeah. Una shem kama on number sre. Adia e koso ni redeem ni na dwinim ni we ase owo. You won't believe it. Nankopon mo yina.
Of course. Amen. You bet your picture of the day. Mama na frufru me. Picture of the day. Ronaldo Virginia na Daro Menti. And ne picture bay. Why another TV issue? The young so beko YouTube. Uko YouTuber a Kessben television. Kessben television or YouTube. Na fe picture of the day no or the aqua tour. Why and a Ronaldo Nadaro Menti was he and credit and ne at what that Kessben television ni issue. Into ko YouTuber na or the tour na fe yetimi actual credit no. They know that as well in the street.
Yeah, so we penny per corner.
Who penny per corner?
Yes.
And then there Obia Chinchain.
Yeah.
About YouTuber no me
no.
I'll call YouTube.
Yes.
And what TV is Obia female? Obia Tro and the YouTube so come. Na first message ba na say aha. No. Yempeku tikwa mbia.
Kwame yanko.
Yeko general.
Mo bia tran Land Cruiser 7 hours.
General.
No
tina kemu 7 hours. The dia ni sim BBS
no jina fa.
Ko jina fa ko.
O shen body suit come bone tie. To Land Cruiser 7 hours. No te fa ko. Ye kwaye be nyina o tina fa ko. Move.
O se de na be mani paesa.
Ai. Kwame yanko later. Nsem koso
efiense nsem
nyeshem nyina ohuno
enya ka bia nso na otimu o nka na otim.
Yes, Land Cruiser
7 hours not far. Brand new Land Cruiser wa parking road glass in otim. One
otim say bre o wiase obai
onye happy
kwame yanko
then ma onye happy
yanko
efiatete ala what is efiatete
yanko meniko uri ko commercials no
na memoye genua
amen
na memoye
amen
ano omuso nya betrama ye
uri ko commercials no and the came una me sha say the Debbie ma me sha say free Awal Mohammed ho Awal say ye
nyame adom sejo
okay ma me tiwe emre ko ti
yeah ma me nya ne tewtew na ko sejo obi di kan bisa say players ben na mu UEFA Champions League debut o ma chef August nipa mienu pe na ye bida ubenya Sebastian Haller o ye bi just 3 days ago when Ajax Amsterdam e ko share Shakhtar Donetsk omoko share mo omoko share Sporting Lisbon for our share August and obesanya Marco van Basten on us against IFK Göteborg in 1992 wabra AC Milan share mo. So these are the only two players am share mo debut am share August in the UEFA Champions League. Obi so bisa say CAF Champions League yeah na team saying the room say yo it depend there are some instances being some association but decide so mom reps and kubi so we ha Cape Verde no Chad ni Comoros Island mu nyina omo amfa representative anko na the ten say there are 12 countries ayi omo omo 2 slots omo betimi the 2 clubs aba ubenya Morocco, Egypt, Tunisia, Algeria, South Africa, DR Congo, Guinea, Nigeria, Zambia, Angola, Sudan, Tanzania. These 12 nations ebetimi the 2 slots, 2 teams aba. They are kaningina obia the 1-1. And there are some teams, there are some associations that mutimi decide they say omoma any of their club yanko. Nti we have 2 rounds of qualifiers. First, second, ye boy no na need their group stage. But the ten say nanse no, ya na defending champion be no qualify to group stages direct. Tonight about 15 you benya 15 rounds of last qualifiers omo qualify no mababeka team na waji champions no mo 16 no mo dey uramu into the group stages ne aboa kopim say ibeyi di obenya di obeji competition obi so bisa say ye wo kotokwana has play bia wa top 5 leagues na Sejo me he no Prince Tegu on ha safa Prince Tegu about TSG of Inaimda ewo Germany Toniana nso aba Schalke for that Steven Appiah abo ewo Juventus wabo ewo Udinese ewo Italy Frank Amankwa abo FC Gotaslow ewo Germany da ubenya Isaac Vossa ono so about TSG of Inaimda ubenya Abdul Babaraman ono de wa about 4 of them wabo Grutafet wabo Osberg wabo Chelsea Schalke Stade Reims in the French Ligue 1 and then Real Mallorca sisi awasaba baka wo Reading in the English Championship ubenya Alex Nyako ono so wabo ama Everton da ubenya Michael Anaba ono so formerly of Kotoko ono so akwa kusina kan ama LT in the Spanish Primera Liga so me ye tell you no these are the players are menya ya either so mabo Kotokana has or mabo among one of the top 5 leagues ewo Europe. So Joe Binsu bisa say yenya any foreign coach be a wa returning back da ewo Black Stars apart from Bukaziza say Joe yenye bida say coach Milovan Van Rajevac say pa say almost say appointment ebeba say obenya ebi ono be the second coach after say Bukaziza or a foreigner wakochi Black Stars wako asare tenida on the local front ne de yenye BCK Jemfi Emmanuel Kosia Frane Freedom Sam Didio onu de waba about 4 times kwada Junsa Tukofiu the late Munyinaba or we Munyinaba be coach Black Stars but on the foreign front ne de coach Bukaziza de no de yenya any foreign coach bia wakochi Black Stars asare teni back da obi nso bisa say as Kamsar eba be fesi Accra Sofoki team sent from Guinea and are fesi Accra Sofok in any Africa competition so be the 1977 CAF Champions League finals Accra Sofok the miracle of Elwak eko remu into the finals no omuko share half year club of Guinea ekoye 1-0 in Accra and ekoye 3-2 1-0 no Amara Toure ne shade oligo 3-2 ewo Guinea has conceded 3 goals and Moshe 2. Thomas Hammond and Adofama when the score sheet for Accra Sofok. Yenyas Bangura, Bengala Sila, and then Papi Kamara and Sweshego. Oko 1979, so Musa Shia, and only the quarter final. But this time around the Accra Sofok the half year club. No, so we half year. Ubesanya Horoya Club of Guinea in 1986 so any Accra Sofok Asia Accra Sofok enya 4-1 on aggregate Accra Sofok eko show mu 2-1 ewo Guinea and almost have show mu 2-0 so Club Industriel de Kamsa be the 3rd Guinean club to have ever faced Accra Sofok in any CAF club competition eba beba so nyame bo asande ye hwe nim say Sofok eba be hia mo so jo bi so bisa say strategy ben House of Folk betimi amapia out ma show mo videos kakra say jo they quickly the omo transition very quick they use their wings no on power so adia me implore coach Samuel Bodwe ne Mranten say so ma the omo wing backs and full backs na ekwa anymore omo check your movement very well
the new team be modba na yes ya cheche ya kakra and am time ntin kam say kwa mfaso bombo na the House of Folk nyane ade no yemfa ngo shenya mbochina okay I'm running new team the CL Kamsa omo bibia be total TV no so ma Ghana nyina ya hwe no why ndi yemfa no nto ne fa de aka no nkochina mamehwe others awo
yeah obi nso bisa say yenya English club ya or the 9 African players ha shege ma say me de me hu bida even though Portsmouth na at a point more major African players but dodo na this obenya about 9 chance because omo chance den binimu bench omo benya Eromo Koyena umbenya Nadir Belhaj of Algeria umbenya the likes of Pape Bouba Diop the late John Utaka Kanu Wanko the likes of Kevin Prince Boateng Suleiman Tari all these guys were part of the squad but din so obenya 9 players ababeshal because so mo yet omo balance because even at the right fullback ubenya Glenn Johnson Obo and even at the heart of defense at a point Sol Campbell ni Eromo Koyena Nebo in midfield ubenya Atam Suleiman Tari and Pape Bouba Diop nti enimo no Nico Krancha no ne Kanu Wanko Kanu so say ubenya 9 players but then ya ultimate say 9 players within the match day squad yeah been more bench e been so chance here so probably I think say these are the picks yeah
okay
bako me wo Ghana ye coach ICF Ghana ye penny for ne per year e share dadodo and we are the only country that we can intentionally appoint to be a name say dwuma na obey no MY into the BI dwell on your empire and a lack a one of the BI concentration. We don't want to depend on plan. na institutional memory no nya adwuma sejo yen hwe Franco Chase say o ma coach say o ma back on the okan back Franco real African ichi yasu ashi you are forgetting about Mariano Barreto you forgotten about Costa Papic sa coach si nyina general omo kono omo san ba what has been the result of all these white coaches are omo ba no omo kono omo san ba obi aba second time na enyi Milovan Radovic ayate ne say ono ne lead say likely so omo betimi afa no yama tiefo hunu say sejo the last time we coach in year 2019 no coach Thailand national team now ko lose match against India 4-1 and omo pamon this is a coach Ghana for a team the tiki see a blasters are off for 39 years no me fan ko promised land. People were asking about the plan that we have and Obian said there was no plan. So we take us and penny for Kadia. Not just a plan, no, a short-term plan. Short-term plan is say, ya bobo e wondru baby, what did you see a coach be or dear Drew ya or dear Beji? It is here, Kodia. We need to go in for a proven winner. And said you're not Cote d'Ivoire for a year. So we take on performance from 2006. Now the Baba be Drew baby or Modejana. No more but consistently show quality now. And now almost squad in intact. But the only thing missing from the Ivorian setup in your build.
Midiama Sporting Club or my sign John Moshi.
Oh, okay.
John Moshi.
That's what I go like you. A very good goalkeeper. Yes.
Very good goalkeeper.
Yes.
Midiama Sporting Club assigning from 11 Wonders.
Okay.
The honor say Okoto and Bob Bokoso a day ama womo. Can you say the city? Almost answer okay, no, they say story here, but I know some about
Kofi Champo. Yes, I be. My name is
come and capture any day.
Ne born Diana. Kofi, look about the board Diana. Because the way I'm just as a new board Diana.
Into John Moshi right. Apple Melo.
Okay.
Apple Melo. I know the buy was John Moshi. Obisi Louis Kwenu. Obisi Jejo Kocha. Akwebisi John Mahama.
All right. Also Kocha. Oh yes, the cat near the Nina. Yes.
Wow.
Osen kakra. Funi we dia. Won sam fam ran area. Osen kakra. Okay. David anyway. We don't say no. Anyway. They no say jeans no. Yes.
Grace Gift Herbal Clinic. Bia January kwa. Stroke. Ye tu asie. Diabetes. Ye tu asie. Se vagina steaming je de bia me bon de road cho se vagina steaming no akoso akuma nche ho no se ye jai ye nya wo yaso ye biom udi kofie a na wakwa akoye ho na wakoso akuma no ahwa ye de akoso akuma no be da this work Grace Gift na ya chi ho de amawo no mo ye ho se de dro ni de ma kofie
Dr. Well, so bad.
Doctor, I don't know your man. Aye, to think no new man for back. No my problems.
Was necessary.
Necessary meet my hammer.
Then the wind that you want to know.
In the January and Chimu, ya the man walk Chimu fee. Ya my memory was the first one the nam goo, fish goo, a you know the pepper, kakadru, no me the frafana for Makata Suno, and we are friend steaming. Tia chum, chombe chuama, to your bar now persist steaming homawa. The doing mukufi no steam ho. We are bema ubetimi akojibi dia koma girlfriend no. Wa enye da wa to hire wa to say enye da wa nim say enye de. We dia kwesa akwabi o kaze anye bie no say eh ni nyina anye pe e bie de che bi o say ai sa. Ntiko ni enche wo ma na honye de ni nyina no ye.
For example, me free ako ayina boy on tisa. Me jano mamu me sign back Kessben. To say I say cry. Nikiti me no this how.
What is them?
The training am the man.
Be careful.
Okay. And the twaso at the Amamoja Kessben television out here live ewo enkran Kessben 92.9 93.3 Kumasi. Megan Tiasa Gosu commander of police or office Kessben din. Yes, one for India Grokra every morning. Gosu commander police Gosu area police commander. Oh, okay.
Police station.
Wow.
It's not possible.
Oh, yeah, there must be
most of the police station we now make a tour. Madam back on no soon. Say horns or more officer, most of the police stations in
Boma Basupa, the Masipa, Miamia Hodo, Munina, Mufa India Grono, Mutimi Ama, Yanya Huntia, Napi, you mentioned Mokakra, Gosu Commander Dasipa, Yafro, Danso Abiam, the Dasipa, Minonko Brobubi, our office, and Wabu de Koso, Kanji. Okay, Akosidru. Okay. Andy,
you know,
Yensha headlines ne.
So and the Champions League games Barcelona. AC Milan versus Atletico Madrid, and then two teams are more dominated domestically. But Champions League no man okay doors no one team that is Paris Saint-Germain against Manchester City and probably Liverpool and the FC Porto say Emre Bema. So locally, I disagree with Coach Prosper Neti. So see Mano Jemfi surplus to requirement. Na again also beautiful football without Latif and Nabila. I disagree with those transfers and Okoba naturally the Kunti I disagree with him penny for say Emmanuel Jemfi and Latif and Nabila.
Oh, okay.
General, of course, Ebefia, me never mean Ebe catch my attention.
Okay. I'm saying, me Vuzuka Grow, Gosu Commander, no, I have original commander. Yes. In just a rank, no, Matusuka. There be make us a Gosu area.
It's a Gosu here, the capital of that.
Yes. Oh, okay. So that's what there was a Chaupa and so we will be maybe about 12 Gosu Biano, a Babel, Babel Saupa.
Near no copy Ramnam because police commander be happy Ramnam. Tieno Beko copy Ramnam Biniari. In Fanka.
I know come as mammy. Nina make come.
No one can say was it there about 12
me come me. Oh, we a royal we. I mean, come as on America. Your friend royal we. Yes, okay.
Me you can't hear any dem in some.
I'm interested in Frank as more can say. Police commander be happy.
No, add the money.
We can't start the money, so let me be open.
Oh, so we know, but the choir of us.
Okay, commander for Tapi
Yes. But I don't know, Omoto.
Yeah, the bro.
Look at him.
Visibility near.
Police won't put in for Ghana. So we are away. Make my have a fouls here.
Miss number 5 police. Is one year.
Mamisha headlines.
Sergio Niamam, you never catch attention there. First of all, Milovan Rajovic and then the first collapse about one thing. In team person may go through the list. To be very honest with you, Nishana say Kotoko project not my dream cemetery, but I'm getting confused.
Project.
Asante Kotoko project.
Project ben our dreams.
Project na ya mponsa. Ene de Kotoko oye. Kotoko as an institution. At a point in time I felt I understood them.
Okay.
But the ecosystem I'm getting confused.
Okay.
Now match from sources of confusion, you know. Any the situation which I think things are not being done properly at all.
Wow.
At all.
ba no achira recruit.
Yes, me ba be chirichirim say Joe.
Okay. All right.
Menya kra I will do it extensively.
I see time. Internet is time and they say mu use ni pa. Okay. Marijata.
General.
Yes sir.
The Man City ni PSG.
Man City PSG.
Yes, PSG Man City. It's a PSG ni bofi.
Okay. Hold on, wait, attention. All right. Okay. Now, I was say
you information is in the doors.
Information is in the doors.
Say an unnamed German coach be alalia contact say be on bet me a pampichu no more than aba.
Okay.
And on American Yusuf Hanafi, former player of he's a TV pundit and all Kasa. And say, yeah, this will say be an Arab player free my or black African country or Kobobo. Rwandan club Rayon Sports had signed 2 players from Raja Casablanca. Okoba Mihim and South African women football. How they've been able to take the Aisha Buhari Cup. Are they becoming the new and emerging force on the continent when it comes to women football? Okoba, no room, say you.
Okay. Mr. Champon.
Yes, Mr. Demfi.
And the men do Abano,
your favorite.
My favorite.
Joe, I'll come back to Frank. But today we have a tall list of birthday celebrants and led by Lawyer Hinijan, Lawyer Mankwa, Hinijan.
Lawyer, thank you.
And Lawyer Hinijan. Birthday.
Oh, okay.
You wish lawyer happy birthday.
Oh, yeah. Because I wish you to cry. Okay.
It says single mode to be a juma. Okay, let's see now. Minute lawyer Tiana see a single mode. Mammy be on penance and pa. Lawyers so Adam for pa. Martha Stadium Hotel.
Okay.
Mr. Kumi wife. Notice here kasi a single mode anum. Into that means that remote to be near panum. Joe series Adaka. Of from emergency series Adaka ne digestive biscuit Adaka. Mama ko ji say ya no mo to say pe single motor no.
Okay. And you know mo start ya as Mr. Kessben ma host the lives or mumpo program.
Da bi say na ba bia na keka ko. That's a single motor because na juma na dos. Na ya juma
no break.
And say a single motor.
O he wa no break.
The matter
you the lawyer Friana. O ka say na ro so mumpo program.
Matter it program this house you. The man no pay a motor no mti obre series that ka o nyeba akuse you full box and digestive ni normal you say to lawyer na say single but here juma you say you tra 15 years be 18 or 21 years lawyer the ebeje no
second aboaji ni tua single mode and the man Mr.
any adam for Bogwan so my back
okay
and Newton and I say Newton birthday
Lati.
Yeah, you know, Command Newton and any birthday. You're wishing Newton Lati so happy birthday. So what is the condia? Say, a cast actual lawyer, they are so think I never on a single mot.
And the producer and the man is in the lunch bisu or in the Kasimazi.
Share Kasimazi. It's a single mot here, Juma. Newton and Newton birthday.
Dimension Hela.
Now, Ben,
Newton birthday, yes. But who's this here? I said, oh, I see. That now the dodgy.
Abraham was in the Navy line.
I know the dodgy. I say, Eska.
I was in the Kasimazi.
And the PR packing
Kasimazi.
Okay. 28th. I had also on the while in between. I got 2 days on between.
Wait, my Bobusia.
All right.
Oh no, and a club lands manager by Ghana Football Association. Ben Emuna Julius on his birthday.
Okay.
Just I was thinking the same with Frank. Why is Frank here confused? No, me confused.
Okay.
No matter that. And Frank says what I'm mentioning this on. I still say we're thinking the same.
Okay.
Me brought from my say I'm interested in whatever project being undertaken by Santi Kotoko.
Okay.
I'm interested.
All right.
Not that I'm confused, but I'm interested. Yeah, I just want to know. I just want to understand the project.
Okay.
Because we be October mo, I can't 1 month. Na and the friend says starting Ghana League. Ghana League will start I think on the
29th.
The weekend of 27, 28, 29th of
October.
I'm fancy Bosumi because they did 28.
28.
I started Ghana League. So I'm interested in the project being undertaken, especially from what I heard yesterday. If it is true. With a tall list of players being transfer listed. Now we just start pursue that over the players being signed now. It doesn't match.
Okay.
So why is the focus on the youth now? A bit added to it, no? than the main team.
Okay.
You got what I'm trying to say. I've said it, and I'll continue to say it. Say some 17-year-old, 16-year-old, Tori Jibril ball has of 16 years. They are 16-year-olds able to take the stage by storm. But how many of those people know Kotoko Sanis say? It's Kotoko's focus now on only Onumunyina, and would then be able to. So what is the message now? Kotoko building a team for the next 2-3 years, and I say we want to do an instant thing. But what must say? Because there was that disappointment when Kotoko failed to win the league. That's a fact. And if you want to win the league, with the players na Kotoko signing, are they at that level to win Ghana League? But what must say? Into me, I'm confused. No, because you haven't given the person the opportunity to explain the way. Every part their first teamers lined up on the squad and I say, coach, if you say these players can win, let me say I'm just interested. I wish I could get explanation as to exactly what Asante Kotoko is doing with the experienced players being farmed out, and on comes. Yes,
headline.
Okay.
Headline. Into your bar. Nafi kufecha mponzo du nchiche mono akaho. Gosu nkoso hine. Anso dia bremi sisi is moba na inyi na yeko gosu ha.
Afide do ya
dino ai.
Odi aka.
Ndi yemfa bibia nso no anisa.
Nkoso hine.
Gosu nkoso.
Na mine ni kwa ni yeko no. Nkoso hine. Gosu mine krebo kono.
Gosu nkoso hine. Do no so de abre no. So mine ni ndi ngomo.
Mine.
Mesi ni ngomo so iso no pay. Nkoso hine ne di ngomo. Ono na e de abre misisi yi. Say ba ye dino. Ndi bibia fufuro free nchen ana akiri beka ho a na me ne da na se ba se de ni da so de nkoso
no se bisu de mboko pemu no
oh fine ntino wo de fayeko but you say de kuta onsem ba ko kuta onsem no
bisu mo sukura me sem
ba hu nkoso hine ne din kura na me
de kuta onsem no e chen ya peme wungurum yes young comrade nana almost on Bodin and Casantia Quaba, Edinano, Abrabodo, non-do upon Sima, Ediono Baco, which means you'll be Mamuiano paper into your first commercial break. Pamcho Baya, it didn't take you in an bedroom. Yeba.
Last 3 tournaments after Germany winning the World Cup in 2014 for the first time in 24 years, Omoji after France Beckenbauer the Omoji in 1990 no tournament bi Omakobia
before so beto aso no we the week rank count time no Macho Monfa Lukaku sorry Timo Werner the chance now Messi against Iceland no yensan hwebium na and he came comment na or the buy say nko say Ronaldo say same chance no na fi
say bi da no say bi da
or say Ronaldo say chance no or say no intino minimum kuntia okoka asase no eno bi be ka say Abranti nna nko a waya de we ka o say Ronaldo nko say Ronaldo say the same
come just say great to me say bi sir
and already now almost say Ronaldo no on can positive thing be about Ronaldo.
No so o tiedo no muka.
Positive thing.
Yes.
Na do na no.
Nti na chance aba.
No these are facts.
Obeso chance. Mo man hwe Timo Werner goal no say.
Isi asem e ba na e ka.
Yen hwe. Mo hwe chance we. Mo hwe Timo Werner. So just say. Mo hwe chance we pa mo hwe. Mo hwe dia Branti aye. Mo work Kessben TV. WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube. And think I'm for her say the brand sends here, come wasem. Chance we pass, say, and sana. Oh, referee, I know I might be an outgoing once, mother. But yeah, I think go for see.
So you, is your the argument in the any Kruma. Ubia se penalty en can be. Ubia se chance papa en can be. Be a football be against the dear Bananiaka. But they say they are by Timo Werner.
But who is applauding Timo Werner for squandering the chance?
One can was him.
I said you Timo Werner bobo say na. You know na me answer. Eno na me answer.
Yeah, po comment was
eno na me answer no.
I feel na be answer.
Me eno na me ma no. Me say who to Timo Werner say chance am nyɛ so class obeka ho asem ki. Because the biade a oya ne say o say chance. And then the Timo
no because me kan na me ken.
And I me say Timo Werner no he just synonymous in squandering of chances. Chelsea oba mu team ya dwuma oba ba pa so say chances me bo amuka.
Nti say ga kan we no.
When I'm saying and I'm not applauding him.
What can you see there say ga kan.
And I'm saying that I'm not applauding him. And headlines now J one kasa me expand.
Yes how many clear say friends say Ronaldo no da bia na so open BB. Minim say Kofi Mu ntima say
a.
O ma Messi fans no chance ade ti say Ronaldo dey be dem bia chance bia obanya bia obeka BB.
I agree with you, Metwa, because probably as a pass comment and on the Timo Werner Ansana or drawing Ronaldo no we say. It's a journalism so it is also not wrong to choose a position. The position is say no defending. If you go to defend, that's journalism. Yeah. You take a stand and you defend it.
Yes.
And that's exactly what is done.
Okay.
No problem. Say you want say Timo Werner say no person just say even great like Ronaldo, it me say into a nya de enwa.
Nti on kasa no nyasa man for say.
Sani de no makana e no dada.
All right. Yo. Into we ha na mad na de.
I said na guys me here no one. Timo Werner the American headlines and expansion and amema.
Okay.
Me see a man for Ronaldo CB. Timo Werner saying and they do the issue about me Peru. Oh no share 101 goals man fans were. And I refuse. Say Franco Kraka say fans am dia ma Ronaldo ni. E die bi na me. Say Franco kan wa. He's a huge fan of Ronaldo. I say Ronaldo I say waje ball from center ko kapu na me so tapu in na. The whole year na America.
Okay.
And he said, "You mean go off from what Ronaldo does? He is a proper tapping merchant. Because who is so? Bono, you did not put no account to
Ronaldo.
Oh, yes. The first half of Ronaldo was a complete Ronaldo. To question Michael Essien, I called the fast or Chelsea, Man United.
Two goals now, share dying and best of
16 No, 16
Mr. Tapping.
And I cut one. He was just within that area. One of the last time we saw Ronaldo
pull out a bar was suspended who
was inside the area. Yes. Video Nimra. One of the last time we saw Ronaldo scoring outside the box. One of the last time we saw Ronaldo taking players on before scoring. Ronaldo goes. But
let's be fair, Andy, you know, football, like all sports, you know, based on your strength and everything, you know, the athleticism must be there. And Ronaldo has done that. And or do certain level or transition or go through transition.
I've said that too.
Into the energy. And then no matter no use first time in the year. No. Obviously, you don't expect the same energy level one or the most important thing is all turn up go safe.
Babium Emra midfield action Tuesday edition Kessben 93.3 live on Kessben television so Bamcho Osa ATA live ewo Enkrai Kessben 92.9 okay yeah me foreign stories no mu kakra bi na fe yemra fi avada kana metwa so and kem what Bruce wise manum sia or foreign
no problem Champions League no go so and the second games group stage in it was so in there. Now AC Milan after 7 years are move back to their own venue. No man against Atletico Madrid. In San Siro be welcome the Rossoneri back to their own ground. One of the venues I beat me Akai and Yema SCCs to far the Champions League near concern. But Nansa Inter Milan and AC Akai in the Champions League. And almost performance no Sergio is nothing to write home about. Yebeka there too almost last season. So Atletico Madrid the last time almost baby PM Italy na nkoye na Cristiano Ronaldo edem omo ye hana man say. But this time baby omo rem no the last time baby PM ho in 2013-2014 season no enema ko yie de ma mo no bia beka go abrante efe no Diego Costa ehye ma ATM and at the return encounter no omkoshe AC Milan by 4-1 so we should that Atletico Madrid squad and then nipa aka wom Koke Resurrection o de beto to Milan team na enya de se sa Milan team na abiati na the captain no obenya nipa ba akokra se okada squad na it was a team coached by Openi Efere Massimiliano Allegri but now Monco Spain about the return encounter no na Clarence Seedorf and na take over the team yedi catch say two teams see a group of defa say o check Champions League group stage na obenya about 3 cathedrals and 3 top performers in that particular group into Liverpool for no you put for no now the AC Milan ababeka ho and Atletico Madrid that omunye a traditional club in Europe no so far as the Champions League near concern say do you performance omo di aba Diego Pablo Simeone and say struggle because Abrante fan Luis Suarez will depend on him when it comes to goals. Angel Correa is not scoring. Joao Felix and share. Matthias Cunha free Germany by no on also by no about betting natural money minutes. Yahu Griezmann called ha bra or bre in the Atletico Madrid setup. Na him saying kawampo no over the years at your system national day. Kokoko pimo ha enjedi enfamano. Omo na eba be pim against AC Milan. In the league, Ubia who performance Milan deba and her performance put on up against Liverpool in Anfield. Ubia who said Milan clearly they are coming back gradually. So do omo team ni etima ya chire mo when it comes to the Champions League omo ni experience bebrebe. Nti Karabia mo Theo Hernandez mo Bobida Fikayo Tomori because of Chelsea no omo na a taste. Alessio Ramonori Mafia no more back to the fold. And you don't expect them say, oh, the more experience level no better to the ATM etimienya. Ismail Benassar, Ababak, Pelling, Frankesi in midfield, Steelmakers, Ante Rebet, Rafael Liu, and then Abrante FN Odegaard. I feel no money na do. Omo Babe added so much to the Milan team, knowing very well. Say a bit take time and sound ometimiaba, but you who Juma Stefano Pioli eye. Problem is we see a team FN ATM team no say. And then no BN said Diego Pablo Simeone about a diamond 4-4-2 formation. But from last season, Eban, no switch called the 3-back into the last game of boy against Alavesa. 3-back now no Guso boy with Savage, Manuel Hamoso, and then Abrante FN Filippi. And that 3-back no intima ATM any results. Again, rotational policy within the team no and some what ATM team now can near them so almost set here for the 4-4-2 scheme now. A boy man you met me ko ye the mom. In such games, said you players are betting me depending on our players are more experienced. No much sure more quality in the European game. But unfortunately for them, Abrante FN Luis Suarez no se kasi yenko away in the Champions League game and ya de so timishe goals. But yen in the Angel Correa betting me and AC Milan having the experience and almost a Champions League number. Said you any more putuno on turf or much say they are back and they are back to the foot. A game of equals, but said you, Metip Atletico Madrid, say in the last game that they played against FC Porto, Omo Bray, Omo Intimi and Shego, but ya couple to Fonoka performance or modernity. The last ATM room Muahano, Omkonya, just a narrow win. I said you almost me at the core money. Almost start here favorite, but said you a game maybe me a cobe Pia, AC Milan can win narrowly. ATMs waiting me ashe, but ATM start a favorite because of their recent performance and the quality of the San Siro. K2AB in Paris. Two teams are my dominant in their respective leagues, but about the elite competition in European football. You know about finance in recent times, but said you who's a more brepa. So we game a PSG against English opposition. Out of the 10 games, Omashemi Omo 4 and ometimi draw me and sape. Okay, Manchester City in the last 3 games, City no Omabon City are winning in you they see last season and Sergio clearly a repetition of the Champions League final. 2 teams linking a team a boy. Team a friend of Manchester City a winning at the Parc des Princes and then at the Etihad. The problem for coach a friend Mauricio Pochettino say and then Medford no. Is he going to tell Leandro Paredes, Idris Aganagi, under Herrera or Guinea Anadium? And I saw Bebo double pivot, don't the line Messi. And I said name about Bejiro Manimana. The front three intact with Messi, Neymar, and then Kelele Mbappe. but midfield on near Juma Ding, and so actually season in a coach your friend Mauricio Pochettino. So the ultimate take it to a certain midfield or rotate this and then Weibo and then Weibo. Pep Guardiola and so you know also be going for a double pivot. Double pivot no say Obama Fernandino. I give you a body check to Neymar to say the year Jumano at the Etihad no I'm road free room no operating in midfield and again on also bet me and make sure say or be close to the spaces of Lionel Messi from the right. I said Joe Manchester City almost team more history when it comes to the Champions League but venue now more kono more history pa say Marco Verratti started here this season on team more games but say Joe if he's starting today let's just say Manchester City midfield no in terms of team play and cohesion Obianim City team no and check your more recent performance in the Champions League in away games 11 games on my say Joe they are yet to lose. But and again, almost our good record against Manchester City, against PSG at the Parc des Princes. A game of Pep Guardiola is starting a favorite. But with the galaxy of stars for Paris Saint-Germain up front, on Osejo, once you show difference, ni na could be muno or mobile, maybe a bit me. So City favorite, but I'm expecting PSG to put up a stellar performance, probably. So I'm bet me about because I'm me a winning game where more chances of qualifying to the next thing. But City start the game as favorite.
Okay. Andy Kem. And the Dortmund and Inter Milan. I'm sorry, Dortmund as Sporting CP no. Meaning yakase obi mia pa pursue pa scoreline obi pe correct score. Do you know how much is in country? So man correct score.
Yes, signal tell you me Dortmund and then Sporting CP. Me for 2-0.
Oh, okay. Milan Atletico so we don't must correct score.
Milan Atletico. So 1-1.
1-1. Yeah. All right. Hi. Papa pepe nana ya baduduku kechire. Agoso nkoso hine ni din no. Junior brother Emma former retired Ashanti Regional Police Commander Kwesi Mensa Duku. Oh, okay. Didn't you get one? Can you go so in?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, Commander of course.
Okay. Oh, I feel you know.
Sabatus, Papa.
Okay.
So, Sabatus.
Sabatus, no.
No, Sabatus.
No.
Oh, Jangline.
Ah, did no Sabatus. Oh, okay. Jangline. You didn't say they didn't know. I'm listening from Bergamo, Italy. Now and the home of Atalanta Calcio. Oh, okay. And I want an hour only to chunk with Nana Kahobrana as all back Ukoba Mentionka. Nana Manqua and soon the church remove a day na go soon because he dinner dinner a buy. Nana Manqua so for an hour Adunku.
Oh, Nana Manqua.
Amas, yes.
Nancy Mifeno cry. That's what Sababa.
Yes, what's Sababa.
So back to I think so.
Oh, okay.
If I'm not wrong.
All right. And the uncle you Marijata ho na yenhwede every year. Once again happy birthday. Yempe dry birthday bia pepacho. Don't we ukruba no. Untimi nkase birthday kakra no untimi yani crew no yani Mr. Do we are kakra to.
Eyire so asa bosan akro bodidi.
Okay. Okay. Nana Mankwa.
General.
Good morning. Baby Obia. Yes, Yanko.
Champions League edu onuma sometimes it me who coaches ni be other side of omo game no. Pep Guardiola proud to this game Obia who say very tough week at the man because of a certain opponent omo a build there very strongly this season and make Chelsea who wants them right after Chelsea game and also travel far away Echo Paris go face PSG team no we've been saying it repeating almost everything every day. One thing I be about PSG team no the attacking threat omanya Ewo Paris but midfield no any established. Nobody is even talking about Viginal so a movie called Paris because of course you know ultimate fitting who so much into the team ultimate show up like we used to see at Liverpool and so say Pep Guardiola most often turn my coach screen so in a short while a building team I know very dominant or so control game no whilst having the ball at feet that is Pep Guardiola but against Chelsea, you the other side of the game, you know. Oh, share screen as well, and the marking scheme, you know, and that's so. And football marking scheme is where the pressing traps, you know, generally is set, you know. So, share screen as well. Every single member of Chelsea team, you know, generally there's a trapper, a trainer, and Man City side in there in midfield, Rodri is the only player that is his 16th number. Now, generally, free. Functionally, Then see Rodri free. They say on na Pep Guardiola setting. They say on recover ball no back and for more. Now I'm using Chelsea game because one, that is the game I generally boy on my 2. The kind of game Chelsea are setting up, the attacking elements, and we use in Paris. Now, Osha screen so Caribbean, Chelsea tries to build it out. That is the exhibit 1. And pressing trapper, Man City is setting up so much tight to the extent that options are very much limited for the ball holder. And so anybody and a ball would automatically be under press. A banner sign general just over ball and that is the recovery. Rodri and Sakamono. But Osha Sura Grealish, no closely player for say N'Golo Kante. And out of possession, that is the strength of a team, Pep Guardiola team. The second exhibit, Chelsea are building out through Mendy. Now, I'm close to the right wing of Chelsea, and so firstly, it's some of the fast here. Now, look at something. Every member of Chelsea backline, it will be a general original. So, Bani say, you are forced to lose this possession. And this is what Man City could face Chelsea. Generally, anticipating another situation at Chelsea. Somebody used to long balls. I'm trying to deploy Lukaku as a target man. Yet the recovery process of Man City were so quick and agile. And anytime you are born or general, their strength, attitude was so resilient. And so my Chelsea quite going up short passes or going for a long ball. Man City were so much adept. And at a point, even N'Golo Kante having possession, or try to say, well, you are my free situation. Yeah, no, tough. Now, screen so this is a situation. Rudiger, AJ Ball, say, oh, movie the Ababe Snako. And look at how many players from Man City and movie into their own defense. And so, Banesano, you are forced to keep the ball or shoot, even if the shooting pattern or general and yet clear. This has been situations at Chelsea are winning ball from Omwanka's opponent to winning the ball in Man City. Now, how many players and they serve as option? Ediama, Timo Werner, Krabor, 3 players are closing him down, and this is the kind of situation that Pep Guardiola at Man City. Chelsea FM, and we are anticipating the same thing. These grounds here who are the grounds at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea home grounds. So when your home game na all ball and like I said, on you the enough strength to attack or press the position. Now another situation I can want some the importance of Gabriel Jesus or Pep Guardiola in the attacking situations. Anytime Biano he goes by the variations. So who is Jesus? I know about occupy keeper at this point. And so look at something. At the time of Chelsea are moving into the area now, look at the options. Chelsea are close to BR or attacking the most creative players. Grealish has been closed. Bernardo Silva is close, but the playmaker now is Cancelo. Yan intensi Pep Guardiola from football. You're close to the creative players, or you see fullbacks. Now, which area where Chelsea made a mistake in their own area. Pep Guardiola, Emma Jesus, occupy a Jorginho. Because not jogging about boxing, he's one of the weakest players or Barbie defender. And a centre back, so more than could before. And that was how Chelsea considered this goal from Man City. General said, analyze the game no clearly. Even Man City could have gotten more goals, especially if someone utilizes more chances here. And that is one. And what was screen is that is not to take away the credit from Thiago Silva or Kessben from the line, but getting into the entry into the box. Chelsea were late. Christensen, Jorginho, Omunina late. Now from the other angle, you analyze the options. Mahrez why it's a connected. Mendy is down. Yes. Mendy is down. Look at the shooting pattern of player friend say Mahrez in possession, but player friend say KDB occupying a big space around the area. Mahrez and Fino and shoot you ball. At that point, now Thiago Silva late to the 6-yard box and also go post by 5.8 yards and a clear ball. PSG bet me deploy 3 different situations with Messi: the 4-2-3-1, the 4-3-3, or the 4-4-2. Emubiano Messi or the function and our role in general over play. Now talking about the 4-2-3-1, he will play definitely behind the striker in the hole as the number 10, Octodus number 10. But say our ball within the 4-3-3, that is where Messi be used to the false 9. And then who say 1-5 in white. But within the 4-3-3 variations, Messi can also play from the right wing. And on the last season, latter part of last season, before we can general, Man City, they would really have to be very much making us potent. So we drew anymore. I'm giving PSG some chances. Half one. I think say with Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar, if they try to build up some chemistry between themselves, I think it's a general. PSG were the Arsenal, so meeting their punish Man City. But if they let off their guard, Man City equally enough strength. General, I'm gonna be punish them.
Okay. Yeah, twaso na musemu wonse bebre ofie ntina mema mutwe twaso nkran afi ye de aka nyina no aye efie opaki welcome back to Ghana.
Dubai ba.
Of Dubai ba. Nti on cry oba e Kumasi anyway. Okay. Nti ono so osenyo ono so T live nti no mo kama for mo T ono so ka ho pa. Edi obaki
Koba mdo be ko Jubilee House.
Udi mbeko Jubilee House.
Yes.
Okay, ne akwede o.
Mdo be ko.
Udi mbeko Jubilee.
Yes.
Minko. Okay. Guess who? Omo mo T no. Papa bi should be in cry breme. Also no so T live. Na ono so no. I be yiri ne pa. Campon, Kennedy Japan.
Couple.
Yes.
Opportunity.
Oh yes. Yes, CCA. So also monitor live Accra. Kennedy Japan. Yes.
3 weeks in America. Couple with chow. Cappuccino, the original cappuccino.
Yes. Couple with chow. Papa, you feel too much.
Vice Chairman Asante Koto.
Sure. Okay. Entienne Twaso and Fa Emam. Awa Mohammed.
Say yo.
Yes, sir.
As the sewing goes on, as the saying goes, Oliver Twist will always wish for more.
Okay.
Nadia Lali saw kind of long poster. Mahmoud El Khatib Dubai say he saw that black jewel from South Africa, that diamond who came and won what they really wanted for about 7 years. But all of a sudden, said you after losing the league to Zamalek, after also losing to Talal El Gaish in the 2020 Super Cup, last weekend we were on some cry, say at you be at almost $19,000. Now there's been an indication say an unnamed German coach has been in talks with the top hierarchy of Nadia Lali to be the replacement of Pichu Mosimani if some be given a sack. Now Omwa can say yeah, now a defensive coach most of the times or Boboa or prefer double pivot. Say you are not coach or a defensive BR per se or protecting the back four. They be or protecting and now or shielding the back line. Say they be intimidation. Or to me protecting her. It is from there that he always seek to go and search for goals. And Sergio say what should lineups are they be consistently out of Bogima and Papa said they be is double pivot. It's either Hamdi Fati and then Amir El Solaya, or it's either Amir El Solaya and Aliou Dienda Malian International. And quite apart from that, these guys have been doing creditably well. And who free the likes of Hussein El Shahad, the likes of Mohamed Magdi Afshar, and the new sensational striker Mohamed Sherif, who have been scoring all over for Nadia Lali. But all of a sudden, Sergio, after losing these two important titles, no Moon said they should have grabbed, they should have won these titles. And Sergio Ebe quite unfortunate. A coach who came at the shores of the Red Devils of Egyptian soccer just less than 1 year. He won 2 Champions League, won the league, won the Egyptian Super Cup, went to the FIFA Club World Cup, came third, and then all of a sudden, unfortunately, to me lose the next league title against Zamalek, and also lose to Egyptian Super Cup. To me, I think say omo pamno pa say on Germany coach amone ni din komo some de ne ba no mo be yi papa ye free mo say jo mi so mo ne ndini because o modern boy we beda ne dia say jo last weekend ye hu the Aisha Buhari Cup e course wo Nigeria. So you get to ask yourself, say, are the South Africans becoming the new queens of African soccer? Over the years, ye share a ball Africa Women's Championship. It's always been the Nigerians. On 2 occasions now, say Equatorial Guinea, etimiaba. From Messi Akide days, from Pepe Chuan Kocha, from Vera Okolo, and to Asisat Oshoala and Francisca Odega. You saw say then time na Ghana ohe Alberta Saki Abinu, the late Elizabeth Bedu, the likes of Yaye On, Ajuabayo, Florence Oko, goalkeeper Memuna to Sulemana, Yenye Timine Nigerians in Nairobi shoulders kakra. Timi boa coping final so much. All of a sudden you saw the coming in of the Cameroonians, you saw the coming in of the Equatorial Guineas, but now it's a certain South Africans and they've defied the odds. After say hosted the competition, an Aisha Buhari tournament hosted in the country are the most successful when it comes to women's football on the continent. But yet, these South Africans were able to gather the courage and went there, beat the hell out of any team at a competition, including the most successful team that was even hosting the competition in the presence of their own First Lady Aisha Buhari. And you saw said Thembi Kgatlana, the new sensational striker of South African women's football, who now plies her trade at Atletico Madrid. Shomu captain Van Wyk, also Glasgow City. Jane, also Milan women football. No, a child said right now they are picking up, they are coming out. It tells you that they want to break the monopoly that has existed in Nigeria for Nigeria bosu. Kopim say ube unse Ghana no ne Cameroon ne Equatorial Guinea muso partner omo rubber shoulders. But now it's all about the South Africans, and I think they've done a great job. Thembi Kgatlana has been all over the place. And probably I see saying going forward, she will beat Asisa Ashwala when it comes to the women's football, especially when it comes to the women's Africa Best Football of the Year. You saw last season, Asisa Ashwala, the first African woman to have ever won the UEFA Champions League, part of the Barcelona setup. No, and you see, the South Africans are now coming over. They are doing a very great job, and I think it's so wonderful. Like the job that they went there and they got the job done. They did in Nigeria in the presence of Aisha Buhari. Mika bibi kitwe bi say they say obi say be a player from the Arabian country back in the black nations. So obi say be a player be free Egypt, ana Morocco, ana Tunisia, be a, for example, Ghana, ana be a Nigeria, ana be a Senegal, ana Guinea. But Sergio, Rayon Sports from Rwanda have been able to sign 2 players from Raja Casablanca. So Bekaya 2 years ago in 2019, these 2 clubs signed a partnership that is going to exist between them. I think say Nunumu and Omotimenya said they've struck a deal. Say some of them 2 players Omoka who had the likes of Rab Youssef and Lassane Ayub, they have been part of Raja Casablanca. Despite the fact that they were surplus to requirement, they are now part of the books when it comes to Rayon Sports. And I think it's very, very good. So Ubenya said some of the players from the Arabian countries now going into the black countries. But the Rayon Sports Club from Rwanda,
Okay. Awal Mohammed. Now Pesitao. Unim say ono so enjema ya omfa de nche de my problem is about
coach na de buy when they buy
o ma share the problems
Odikan ka said no coach will even no coach will want no coach be na benya Pesitao abra omfa no maybe say na say Brighton ho no na de no mo amfa na mo ma obefa no. There's a problem.
Okay. Sure. All right. And the local stories, no. But and check Mickey Babe Transi na on the local stories, no. And so Abreye. Kofi Champon.
Yes, Brakojo.
Yes, sir. Nini Kodu. Who from Kodu?
Now, awal no frozen.
Oh, the reason why I know. I want to throw Koku. Kwame. The missing to me. Yao. Awa Mohammed. Now, we original Awa Mohammed. Familiar boy.
The professor. Emeritus. The Asante Club man.
Yes. No name is a cousin.
I'm sure.
Of Mr. Cassie, the Asante Club man.
So that group was a cousin front to Marco. Sorry. And I said, we didn't say that, man. But hey, I saw your father today wearing cloth. He's an Asante Club man. You know, another thing.
Okay.
Joe, so would I crave your indulgence to go to the Jubilee House, the seat of His Excellency the President? Then the men called a boss back home, Mr. Philip Kofi Enin.
Okay.
Papa Tango 2, Adon.
Wow.
Mr. Philip Kofi Enin. A boss Marco Jomo for police.
Oh no, TVC.
Yes.
Oh, Jubilee House. Wow. Papa Tango 2.
Papa Tango 2.
Adon. Wow.
Mr. Philip Kofi Enin.
Okay.
Or a boss. Or cat team.
Cat
presidential cat team.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Counter assault team. Provide close protection with my president.
I see.
They be
wow.
And a big man.
Kofi Champion the assembly.
And me say I wish you happy birthday. That president be akobu so only tin you know. Channel so baby president will be akobu no. And nyame man kwatintin. Omo odapa. Omo kwatintin. Na nya sakudo na fa boy president ho ban. My CP.
Okay. Right. I wish you happy birthday. Adon. Papa Tango 2. All right. Enti and also I don't know. Kwame, the local source no beto so amaye but ye fa commercials kakra bi aba na fi ode ba ya na nsem ni nyina no ye de agu ho amamo mo de messages kakra enso aba ye ba e be kakra e de free ho amamo ye nchakra ye basisia.
And it goes to the first or if you outside, so if he's the strength and everything will not allow him. Now he position himself in such a way so he get to the goal, sir. I think that he deserves some credit. At 36, no, Bobola do 90 minutes. That's our energy and concentration to score 2 goals. To score 2 goals at the end of the game, Joe. I think that OPT at the optimum level, high level, because the 36, sir. It has said do Berman also Bobo no Sako Transi. Game you. But Ronaldo Bowie still abedu satam not as energy and the concentration now between that you go now. Do I think extraordinary athlete.
Me must make come energy.
Part of play was 2 goals in
So no part of the construction. My goose none of them.
Yes.
Goncalo good as one I do many now.
When Rooney is yet to be 36 or retired na homeachi.
No, it depends. Dinosaur at the 41 was at the World Cup finals. It depends. Dinosaur at the age of 41 was in the World Cup finals. Daniel Alves at 38. Yes, Daniel Alves at 38. Daniel Alves at 38 is flourishing at international stage. No, Ronaldo, I'm not saying he's a threat. At his first part, he was taking on players. Intina Meka say, a kind of Michael Essien fast was Stadio Lusniski in 2008, you know. Obi anko back on correct. He was taking defenders and deleting defenders with ease. But they were doing a tap in merchant. He scored inside the area. And these are facts. No one can deny that. Ronaldo goes outside. And you pour Nimano Akatum. Go and watch Angry versus Portugal. In just 6 minutes, he was the man of the match. And these are facts. No, I'm saying that he scored inside the area. And I'm here
but Andy, let's be fair. How many strikers and they share more goals outside the box than inside the box? How many strikers and they share more goals inside the box than outside the box? Or how many goals in the whole world and they share more outside the box than inside? Most goals are scored inside the penalty area. I mean, let's be honest. Anything that's also outside the penalty area na is spectacular. Yana omupe adjective to describe those goals. Because now really in Cabo Wekibona could do one son of but to me ball shot long distance for 40 years say then people will find adjective to describe it.
There are people who scored inside the area by taking players on.
So Ronaldo can take place.
Oh, the way they are still here. And there are people who score inside the box by tapping in to 2 different things. Obi betwe chwa one na fam.
Ronaldo tapping Yakuba Egbeni mo ne.
That's what he does.
Don't call them tapping.
I'm saying that he scored just within that zone.
Ronaldo has scored. How can you call someone who has scored 55 plus free kicks? First player to win Puskas Award. And mind you, your Messi has never won that before.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about Messi.
Okay. And Ronaldo, we free Kwame Kura Kura Pa Jamasi. All right. Yeah, my first started move. Minkaso be ame ati o de kire wa bi me attack again.
No, say o mfa bra.
Attack.
I'm telling you more videos ni Ronaldo goes.
And videos no am I.
I'm surprised they are not giving us.
Munya say I no be defending.
Muma yenhwe goals no.
Now you say video ni ma was now say nyabutre.
You don't know what is happening over there.
You don't know
what is happening over there.
The German national team. Yeah, the German national team no. Said you after struggling in the 2018 World Cup, UEFA League of Nations failed, and the last tournament, no being in some good record against the 3 Lions of England. But unfortunately, England for no team free, and everybody thought say it was an end of era for Joachim Low and his team almost body from 2004. So the BBC until also changing the face of the diamond shaft and then the German national team. And almost say Hansi Flick Emra. So Hansi Flick by said you the games me and San Wabono was shot 12 goals yet to concede. Nana Germany almost some more can say the national team na ye Now the World Cup no more babebo the next season no next year no obi an watch out for Germany. So the omo your man World Cup no ultimate to omasi no matter the squad omo de beba no omo nim tournament but they are just like Ghana. So it is not easy just underrating Germany. And we say in recent times and in Guase no omo de in all major tournaments because it was a proper end of era. Now Wakim Law advice Manono advice or them omo say Oko World Cup you are not going to meet Iceland. You are not going to meet Armenia in the quarters. And you're listening to Naoko Akoshia Omo. Into again, if Germany, some person will be out showcase more be who's on team no, and drew the level of team they are tagging almost one of the favorite for the World Cup in 2022. I remember in Qatar. Said you, I was so making sure. So I'm going battle with the very best of nations perform in the world game. And I agree with Eyaman Onoya. At the World Cup quarterfinals, you're lucky to say you're lucky. Every year, United States of America in 2002, Germany show you are good to go. But you can go back and check. In 1994, it was Bulgaria with Hristo Stoichkov. In 1998, it was at the Croatia team and draw pick with double Sukawi Germany free. And in 2006, I brought host to World Cup and no one say, they met their boogie nation in the Squadra Azurisa and repel on Alessandro Del Piero Mubesi Sebiem at the Maum. Again, in major World Cup teams, Germany have free Munina, Sejo, and in recent times, even in the air Euro 2020 in England, you are free. And it's a tournament, the Opesa Ojia. You need to prepare against the cream de la cream and the very best of nations. Say teams here, maybe boy, Sejo. Show European teams here. The cathedrals are making perform at the World Cup stage. Our European nations set me at the World Cup on 12 times. No, and they are very real. See a World Cup. Any of the cathedrals or member. You been in 1994 England for non-qualify, and the last time Italy for 90 million qualify. But such a World Cup qualifiers, I have born or CONCACAF, or had the born or Comibol. Now had the Africa. I feel said the European one is very easy. Amidst these nations are able bono because I know I need Ghana there.
Osima mienu pepepe afi na local source no kwa miki atransede ebreye na fi ajafo na baba mu kakra fisa bre ko nyina no eye local source ngwa ma nyina kwa baba o so a na ejai de aka no amamu so mabam dumianu Ali Baba Dankambari the breaking news no better so amaye gadgets back the way for Accra. I don't remember the last time Kumasi Asante Kotoko's Abdul Ismail Ganiyu played a competitive game. Why is he still getting a national team call-up ahead of Mohamed Al Hassan and Robert Adusoa, who are playing competitive football and playing well? Gadgetsburg, Accra. Otwaso said, please, my humble opinion, I think it's high time the Ghana Football Association make a new law that will allow clubs to use players registered in their youth teams during the league, just as it's done in the La Liga and other leagues. We see Real Madrid giving minutes to talented players from Casia during the course of the league. This will help build the confidence of the youth team players rather than waiting to promote them at the end of the season. This will encourage most premier teams to form youth teams. The ESCO should consider this. Gadgetsburg, Accra.
I'll come back to this Gadgetsburg text. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean it's something we've taken decision on.
Okay.
I think it's been communicated to the clubs.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I know, on a man in notice. I'll come back and explain.
Okay.
And that is why yesterday I was trying to explain Kotoko. The one with the under 17, under 18 almost signing. I think it's yet towards that. But ultimately, do we then lose focus of the main team? I'll come back and explain.
Good morning, Wafa. How hilarious. is it to hear Jemfi and Habib are being sacked, whilst Adumako, Safo, Taylor, Asma and others will still be playing for Kumasi, Asante, Kotoko. No one in the management and the technical team can convince me that Anabila, Habib and Jemfi can fit in the plans of the coaches and the entire team for the season. Well, let's wish our team well and hope we win a trophy next season. Wafa, I'm grateful for your prayers when I was down. I'm back on my feet. Thanks very much. Sledge. And anyway, by the Yanko Pansipa says Sledge. At all. I didn't go Pansi, Sledge. Only Irina. The Yamiasa. Mohatom.
And no pay. Now, we call me Shannon. And I'm Tisa Sledge. Or you tune for army officers.
Wow.
And I don't mean that. Oh, what's the normal? Oh, no, he has a lot of pictures.
Army officer can see.
Oh, many pictures that.
Oh, come on. And I'm going to say in a trouble for money.
That's how we are bluffing just trouble.
Good morning, Canadian Mumbai.
Okay, I was my company. Me, so Good morning, everyone. Joe, in your comments, you said Nana Ebeko Nana Megasa Iwi or Ineku senior sponsor. Okay, Java Semkra, far home manopay. Owo, Usu Italy, and Chow, Anopay, also monitor program live, Ewo Modena Italy. Kwame Miki.
What general? So we a club at this year, the so club lances a boy general almost sheno or more ye pa and unti wama quapro baby a fain approval sono wamo ebema or more approval set obu venue no betime AUC conditional approval conditionally rejected and are rejected sa four categories we and a sabre almost mujinaso na Ghana Premier League no general wo metima hwe ama bibia timi akonkan enso ewo nti se wo fall with Dina na fe wo metimi the Lancers na ma na wo so etimi abomode sia kan ewo eye Ghana ye Premier League ye bebo no mu general said ye nyina no Black Stars squad aba betodwa abra ye prepare for double header ye bababo ni Zimbabwe e bababo no goalkeeper senior Lawrence Atizigi Richard Atta ye Ibrahim Danlat wo many goalkeepers so the defenders no ye Philemon Bafo and Diadom, Ishmael Ganil, Gideon Mensah, Baba Abdelrahman, Daniel Amante, Joseph Edu, Jonathan Mensah, Alexander Joku, Womani defenders, and midfielders, Thomas Pate, Baba Idrisu, Alfred Duncan, Emmanuel Lomote Mubarak Wakasu, Mohammed Kudus, Majid Asmero, Kofichre, Abdel Fatau Ishaku, Womani midfielders, forwards near Andri Ayu, Kamadini, Sulemana, Tariq Fosu Henry, Joa Famia Yawiyabua, Samuel Owusu, Jordan Ayu, Caleb Kuban, Emmanuel Jesse, and Benjamin Tete. Many players, as I make say, Coach Milo, what on sa edia from for double header yebebo, Abeni Zimbabwe, double header num, and Subetimi Abaso, and then she said, General Maminko Ash Coat, Meboboso, almost a day, where they are told Ash going penny for him, send a contract on almost signing, contract on a CK woman, Pia Amanenwe, and on the contract on a Baniwe. It is some person must stand the contract and the money. Just so me trace kadadano wo mutu obest no contract no edama as good and yes idea pre-season one chassis and farmer bobuko no set or say and so they are to as good depending for him say oyare until on started pre-season no almost started pre-season 4 days in on by and no nam so as good depending for say and you set or say na be decided say oyare and so onyare or so ba na as good team doctors no team examine and so oyare na fe wo mo ama break na utimi akufie. So better if you know the between Tomina Tunim, so contract running into Umbra, and yes, I general it's likely so metima suspended and running somewhere yitimate from Ashgood Club Stephen Amankona of Brecum Chelsea. The infant to justice say Brecum Chelsea for so much $35,000 no woman to soon and to Sochana. And I said, maybe two just say a brand the request I got to Chelsea for him, some soften almost stance, almost Debbie, Jejina Nejina, Samankona, or running contract, and to say, or Peso Kodia. On the Kodokofon and 35,000 and on Bejanino, a Yakomo Faso, our Major Brant friend is some more boating, a be free, a year woman sim, one more sign a brand abrante no kotokofo feature akogye abrante no na ma brekum Chelsea form amom stance no etimi aye dindenden enso ewo but nhwemu tese no any club bi akwa brekum Chelsea ready so metis kan so na club no so etimi afoni pa krono wotima first time na mankora enso akọ Benjamin Efutu sese je no enfanto abrante no akwa kopie mu Egypta sese okwakoto ne bobo so enso ewo hom ye to so Kumasi Asante Kotoko players nwotwinwe na wo mudi ababeto dwa se next season de nya de o metimi ni Kumasi Asante Kotoko etimi aye adwuma Emmanuel Jemfi Habib Mohammed Godfrey Siama Latif Anabila Adum Frimpong Ibrahim Osman Emmanuel Frimpong Emmanuel Sakode wo many players enra after training and the general wo team manager edi two manim se sabre coach Prosper Ugum ehia players no ti general omuko players omuko Ugum oni no kohia no me papa no omuko papa no coach no omuko coach no na nipa panel anase panel to nti omudo na amponsa ho administrative manager wo bi Kotoko accountant sanso and equipment officer and so to obi players we dear women the two manim se omuko team embo Habib Emmanuel Jemfi Adom Frimpong ene Anabila women the two menim so muko petim emra na mo ba wi place no so the two menim se omko a omunye bi ombe back abeto meni e de abeto empenyfo nim Samuel Frimpong de abrante mediama for show interest e wonimu ntomini to ne so so omunya botre mfama no osuma ne sa akode de o decide say sa place general omu abiombe kolon no metima kusia kan e de ama eni club bia Richard Bodu General Mikasa wabesia waba Kumasi Asante Kotoko or started training with Kumasi Asante Kotoko ba mediama for chemua asatena no payment have been done omunye into escape free omunye escape free Kotoko visa komene Kotoko shishe no Kotoko mom 1 month sombe payment full payment e dia mom na fe wo metime release a branch no kra na besia kind dia Kotoko justice blame General Beka last season a boa na eya mediama for dia to no so much 50% e dia free so say ni sika no wo metwem efa sasika no msisi Kumasi Asante Kotoko epena womo enfambra it is like you said just blay ono so betima join Kumasi Asante Kotoko Baba Yara Sports Stadium general mame fans so say the stadium no are ready Titan Tracks no general o ma sign lines ni nyina general na o TV no so say the o ma wie bibia Kumasi Sports Stadium it say the lines no o ma sign bibia so can we to just o munya ntem na inter schools and colleges no enti members minister by no the to just enche oba be say general o metimi aba be ya stadium no are ready general yem fancy ya
okay all right enti say ye behwe stories no emu kakra bi. Okay, yeah, Twaso Ede Amamu. Anefi, I say good morning, Sergio. Do you guys see what Newton always talk about? I'm asking because I don't see unless he demonstrates it. Or does he see these things when the matches are over? Master, I'm part of a big I'm part of big men, eh? I'm an NDC, but I love and really like Canada Japan to the fullest because on so also Canada Japan, your colleague at Sunyai Millionaire is also watching the show. Anafi, anyway,
Anafi is taking mistaking cappuccino.
Yeah.
To Canada Japan.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
We know Canada Japan here can answer me. Can't Ken Pong.
Yeah.
They know you Kotoko vice chairman. Not answer me. Can only politician. We are not only politician. Or a business mogul.
No, not answer me. All right. Mention him for free. Franco Naro.
General.
Yes, sir.
Mamisha him free Milovan Rayavach. Or a 32-man call-up. Almost say provisional call-up. Now the turn is there were 2 games against Zimbabwe, Baku or Ghana on the season, then the other in Zimbabwe on the 10th. Now Osha the call-ups now clearly. Kamiako is the previous technical team call-ups and the difference in share than you can see. The major surprise for me, a goalkeeper, a friend Jojo Walcott. Honestly, but he plays for Swindon Town. Swindon Town is a Division 2 side in England. Okay, Division 2 side, and that's a 4th tier in England.
League 2.
League 2. Sorry. Yeah, League 2 side in England.
Okay.
Not just a 4th tier. Because no more Premier, no more Championship, no more League 1, and some no more League 2. Inti omu league ni de toso and 9 nka Ghana hanke beka se 3rd division. Na I'll be curious to see what he brings on board. Unfortunately for Ghana, goalkeepers were once again, we are in a situation where your local league, a war races. Players in the off season, any pre-season, so it makes it a bit difficult to get some of these guys on board. But I think the other goalkeeper, Sika Kono Modeni Free, Ibayeno, or not losing the position because there was one from I think Belgium.
Abdul Manaf.
Abdul Manaf. Okay, so Jojo Walcott, any Nipa Mudina Babishim. Like I said, I'll be curious to see what he brings on board. For now, you can't say much because Ghana League is no in session and goalkeeping department near one area, Nipa Nenya sharper, a bit difficult. Currently, in fact, so a local player, non national team, Nunya call up, you have been extremely lucky because your league is not in session. Richard Atta, for me, has to focus in competition. So, and you're surprising, say, when you call up. Of course, Atizigi Obianim say currently, in the absence of Richard Ofori, it looks like he's going to be number 1. Danlad for me has also been lucky. Danlad, I'm sure is what is working for him. This transition policy. But here no free honoma in Kiwi League, Danlad now go be he has not been competitive. But once again, goalkeeping department, the team say Ghana break.
How many goalkeepers?
4 goalkeepers.
One.
Afre Lawrence Atizigi, Richard Atta, and Afre Danlad, and Jojo Walcott from the 4th tier.
Means the focus is on Richard Atizigi and then Richard Atta.
It looks like Richard Atta and then Atizigi will be the main guys out there. But obviously, Danlad anyway will be fighting for that position. Sergio, major concern is about our strikers. These are the strikers Yafre Omo, Caleb Kuban. This season we're about 3 matches now, General and Shego. Samuel Jesse from Spezia, he's in some super form. 6 games, he scored 2 goals. Joel Fameye in Russia, 11 games, was just 7 goals. In fact, after the Black Stars game, Fameye about 3 games. Each one of them, he scores a goal over there. So Fameye is in super form. Jordan Ayew, the last time he scored some 43 games away for club and country, playing for Crystal Palace. Andre, of course, in Saudi, 4 games, 3 goals. So it doesn't look so good for us on paper. And again, Kwampoku also losing the position. Call up Kwampoku has also not been part of the team, but the Cuban has returned into the team. Like I said, this is a provisional squad. But to be very honest, Ukaka when you now share around key players be available. I am from. So you only give the technical team the benefit of the doubt and watch how things will pan out as we go into the game. Milo Adeba Akupa Mesheno, how he handles our you brothers. Not anything imperial, but clearly they are not on form. But we are free so yasem. Utie GFA president Ura KTS or Krekua or say the Omanya coach obetimi enya control or dressing room. Which for me, Metia says the immediate part coach, per the discretion and information available to GFA president, or Lucy the dressing room. But may assure the dressing room is so Lucy near do be so be clearly. When Andre Ayew was changed, Nekasan and Tokwa no Kunya, and it was clear. See in a free game, a game which was obvious, say on to me more. And say in free red than Tokwa. Emma, at the end of the day, yes, coach in a losing dressing room. So Milo is in. How is he also going to handle it? So to me, more be managing him. And I'll never start and I'll be in a frame. Jordan could go drought to play 43 games for club and country and score 1 goal. A Chelsea striker no goes Naira. At Crystal Palace, he strikes from the flanks with Benteke as the center forward. Ghana how bepene and Ayebenya Kukodru abon from the flanks. Ni akase bia Joe Famie bi ada Kuba bi and lead the attack nana. No both flanks now send your contributing fall back. Ever supporting is he going to do the same? These are some of the things we would want to see as a new coach, I say all the balls and all the control and everything. Me medikaka say Milo in the second coming. He's not as lucky as he was in the first coming because talent and I available to him at that time. No, he doesn't have it now. Until we want to see all these things, Joe. Mami free honum na afei memra asante kotoko so aswe. Joe, a true off season say ya, any pre-season say ya. Transfers a normal practice. Say players every team e bi ba beka a normal practice. And there utia Adriana Stars some 8 players or so. So but to go through Adriana Stars players and I be say almost all of them no munye regular with team nimu enti omoja omokwan say omonko. Now for Asante Kotoko, me reason why
Mama Keto said about for the Adriana Stars.
Okay.
Offered Jan Joshua out of the 34 games no about 12.
Okay.
John Nyamiche about 2 games. Pius Asante about 5 games. Nathan about 6 games. See, really, a chair said these were not regular players for the Stars.
Okay. So, Omaja Omukwan. Other teams, and so you're in a nice way without necessarily putting their name forward. Say, be a Wemo and a Doma to relegation. My problem, and I said, they're not making some confused. Kakrane say, my dream say, they're Kotokoyeno, and you're consistent with the Omo Kachle Yen. First of all, the chief executive officer say he'll make Kotoko be the best in the country and conquer Africa. The CEO has 3 seasons mandate. What it means is that so betima ko Africa next year no ako conquer Africa as it said this season or winning league and now winning FA Cup. In Tiabasa has ambitions and so winning league there who was senior Oshisha Oniema. Because first of all, Obaya na Kotoko qualify for Africa. Unfortunately, Omanya de and one to me and some for man qualify for Africa. This season, as I said, Kotoko qualify for Africa. Said the Beya in the last season and next season, on Betumako Africa. So Kotoko qualify for Africa this year. As it say, the last season, I see you, Kotoko no be in Africa again. Then what it means is that project no person for Africa ko yibi no ajiegu ana amaso. So my expectation is that the omuye nyina a gear towards qualifying for Africa. In Ghana, you have 2 ways out of Africa. Either Zobeji League and now Beji FA Cup. Now the newly appointed coach say he will make Kotoko conquer Africa and then also even conquer the world. And the coach, any CEO no can't some crow. So it can't be a mistake. We are no free wa. Kotoko CEO na 9.7 say Asante Kotoko team no and they are the best team in the just ended league. Na Kotoko Anji league ni because Kotoko games ni fano omo born away from home. Say Kotoko nya the privilege e ball mu home matches na home and can the team na nekitano no and can no be winning league. So the best team in the league, I don't expect so be we no. Now we just 14 players coin. If you have the best team, you don't let go 14 players. The 14 players are Felix Anan, Augustine Okra, Nabi Keita, Wahab Adams, Richie Senenu, Martin Entry. These are already gone. Then, Enra 18 Babe Tosuno, Habib Mohammed, Emmanuel Jemfi, Kwame Adom Frimpong, Latifa Nabila, Samuel Frimpong. These are also players who no discusses Mujo Mukwain. Then Godfrey Siama, Osman Ibrahim, Mbeko loan. Then Emmanuel Sarkodie also out there. So Somodino Beko loan. Enti 8 plus 6 making 14. So first of all, Maminka say Koto campaign fire there's a our population list no me have always against the situation where the players we dear to ja we muna air surplus to requirement. Oh yes sir, there's a ton na obi pekrama onye bibinunya. So they met them individually and discussed their plans and everything with them. One thing me so happy about is the fact that and then substantively before the season start, Omakachi Obia say Abrantia, a friend Ganiu is the captain of the team. I mean, naturally, if I was a coach, and come best position for me captain is the centre back. Because I feel that the centre back, no, pack no system will be we and for a goalkeeper and last person, but no, yeah, no, you're so mobile. BBC opponent side on to me because I usually prefer a centre back as my captain, and I think that Ganiu has shown a leadership qualities and everything. He's gathered the experience. He's respected within the team. So for me, it's super appointment. But we and few are consensus in here. So you look at the players of Mojo Mokwai, Emmanuel Jemfi. Last season, all Kakotoko players on board modern power, at least 4. I won't find Emmanuel Jemfi count. You talk about Ganiu, Emmanuel Jemfi, Abalora, and Fabio Gama, and of course, Mudasiri Salif. These were the super performance for Asante Kotoko. And Emmanuel Jemfi for me was the best attacker in the team. But season now I see a 14 players in free team anymore, including the captain and his deputy. Both the captain and the deputy are leaving. We are no free honoma. Latifa Nabila. This is the player Kotoko Ediska Kotoni free as gold. He's the player supporters Anka said decide they say Omobe Jijisika no mu de akwa Kotono. The supporters went to see Dr. J. Say Anabila ba obono on person Kotono. Unfortunately, Oni Barreto in issues. He wasn't given sufficient playing time. So I felt that now that Barreto is no more, it only makes sporting sense that he's given time to at least prove what he's capable of doing. Kwame Adom Frimpong Obiabeka Chose is one of the best midfielders in the league. Unfortunately, he had some few injuries. Now he's recovered. Then Adom Frimpong out, he should go. Macau has a Samuel Frimpong. I don't think say Mediema boy now Omodemba Samuel Apia is a better fullback, but I do maybe a coach's decision. But Joe say who just have players winning now kwano. Na omo audio mobano. If omunso ya top notch, our Bobabe replace you more. Ebia in a way, Obibeka say fine, a like for like. But look at the players that are coming. You talk about Masola Jemai from Division 1, Wamna 4. Clinton Opoku from Division 3, Far Rangers. Richie Lamptey from Interlice Premier by now in Division 1. Samuel Boateng, Feature Stars, they were playing in Division 2, Omania qualification to Division 1. Isaac Opon, 18-year-old from Bakteru Sasana. Richard Boadu, of course, an accomplished and established midfielder from Mediema. Augustin Boachi, 17-year-old from Dela Sanko FC, Division 2, and Samuel Apia from Mediema. Already, Nana, I'll say Omobeto between 5 to 10 players. They have done 8. Unless maybe Ombeba Baka Beka say, I feel the 10 the maximum mark, and we want to go beyond that. Otherwise, so we stay in a chase 2 more and Eba Beka home. So who share the quality and the caliber of players or Moko? Now for an ambition of a team that wants to win the league at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. One here as Amran Tenki to a Yadio Mobay. Or Masubit my Shiba.
Only on any Ashgold, Akapoda, Osai Boy, Chelsea, Akapomo Wingano, Amankuna, Omo Justice Blay, so Musa Timikana, Anobe Feta. So
what it means is that they will go beyond the 10 they told us. Because also on best side 5 to 10, these were the words of the chief executive officer.
The emphasis on Munsaka players you're more kind. I don't swear.
No, if you get a Mankuna, if you get or the say, if you get Justice Blay, then you are replacing these guys. But first of all, you ask yourselves, is it important to replace them? This is the team for the past 4 months. Backroom or the saying technical team members 5 months. Last week no more 1. Office staff no more 5 months. Now last week in Umatua 1. In the sales side, the Umuka 4 months. As 4 good months will say, yo, for somebody to work 1/3 of the year, as a chance says, you can't wire ding. Until you will be careful in letting players go. Unless it becomes extremely necessary. So I will say, Anabila Nkwa, what it means is that you are going to terminate his contract. Probably 2 months no more players ne can ukujano kwa obefa 2 months no. Potentially, it be a 3 months compensation at the account. So you will be spending all this money. And Sesikebi or Hokrana, once you have project, you would have to be circumspect. And this is not the current management first season. Your first season, you signed 12 players. And it is expected after signing 12 players, numbers now be signed in your second season, a beba form. But from the target, any day could means that a big crowd be bypass 12 in just the first window. The second window will be coming. Danlad say he's also leaving because he thinks that he will not be given fair grounds to even compete for the first post. So Danlad will put in a request to also leave Asante Kotoko. I'm saying that now my problem kakra is with the head coach, Dr. Prosper Nete. Obayeno, I don't think he's gotten sufficient time to make these decisions because Omoko trainee was treated so, and from that treated those who witnessed it wasn't even a full pack. And Oma started Adakwejachi with some short ball works. Are we saying that this Nkrofa Yejo Omukwain, if we coach in her neighbor, players here Abubu Mudin, a technical team no, and are requesting for them. Future Stars player, Coach Prosper Nete, and the neighbor. Fire Rangers players, Prosper Nete and the Omuba. Obviously, Obakaya, Agadas, and Samuel Apia last season. And Anaya Ponsa requested from Mediema. It didn't work out this time around. It's worked out for them.
Or almost a Fire Rangers.
No, Agadas and Samuel Apia, if you care to know, they were Fire Rangers players. Time and I am Ponsa bar corners, so Barbe Giant, and Odum bar corners. Ofi Honum, and Odumu, a call Mediema.
I see.
Then when he came Kotoko first season, he wanted to bring them to Kotoko. It didn't work. And this time around, he's brought them. Until say Kotoko 5 former Fire Rangers players now at Asante Kotoko. 5.
Performance in this old and I say maybe free banners or
Nina can't be. Me on any day, Agadas is a super signing. It's a super signing. Adomako, for me, did not prove that he merited it. The Oba last season. And then we have the saying, this boy Okocha, which we think he's not bad player per the Division 2 level, though, yeah, you know. But I think that somebody like Okocha and Kobenya Ananka senior strikers, then he understudies them, then he goes bang. Now, never to my father, Amano. Macau happens, say, Kwampoku and Crawford Kwampoku from Division 1 to Kotoko Ebe Hete. Kwampoku free Division 1 by, you know. Obedi Sonny Yakuba Mwachi for 1 full season. Odikane omu trainee and sana season and sa call off nina. Then he had about 1 season where Asante Kotoko pressure ni BBF free no so understood the tradition and everything of Asante Kotoko before he was actually introduced into the Kotoko system. And tenye easy. Say the Division 2, Division 3, Division 1 players beba say straight up omube konka Ghana League, especially in Asante Kotoko. It could work in other clubs, but for Kotoko at Babayara, the pressure and everything is super. And to other signings, almost we experience. Okay. Now we muna say, but I still think that Sally Stidie, so Musa Juni who be more Kebebwa Asante Kotoko. Some of them deserve some playing time. Okay. Deserve some chance.
Meko eye Kofi a champion so ho kakraba ba me messages kakraba memfa chisumrem. Mr. Moses Parker is doing something very right with Mediema. How is able to nurture average players how he's able to nurture average players into Ghana's level of superstars is applaudable. Aside that, Mediema is always sound contender in our league each season. Boss, whatever model he's using to run his club deserves serious attention by other competing clubs in our league. Sincerely, I have so much regard for Mr. Moses Ama Parker because intelligently he's made Mediema a community team. So all hands on deck for betterment of the team. Finally, Mediema players are so loyal. It only indicates that there is a smooth and friendly atmosphere between the owner and the playing body. Even the name of the club alone was magically and uniquely coined. DD and so every Akumadan Senior High School and so Abre. Akuya Lampard said to me, Daniel Afriye, Fatah Mohammed, and Kwame Poku should have been in the squad. Milo should be very vigilant. We need to win the AFCON and qualify to the World Cup. Okay, about my Lampard anyway. About Maria Schiffman at Tonsu. Joe, if it's true that Kumasi's Anti-Kotoko management is planning to transfer Emmanuel Jemfi and Nabila, well, they should rethink. Because Anti-Kotoko will need tried and tested players to make a meaningful impact in the league this season. Yamponsa Asante Kotoko deserves better, not bitterness. Asante Kotoko deserves better, not bitterness. Wow. Hashtag Bibia Ebeye fine. Shiftman anyway free. But I'm sure Wachapa di on to free by quiet Ebeye. Wachapa say, so is it the coach who has assessed these players and asked management to sack them, or someone is doing that on the coach's behalf? I'm afraid of insults, so let me close my mouth. Happy birthday to Vivian Entry and greetings to Mr. Ataku, all of Anyang Kwanta. Wachapa, Bekwai, and so we Brayen. Okay, quickly, Mamisha Bem, you know, I'm Kakrebi. This is Adani Dankwa inside JJD clothing Tema Community 3. But how many days have this doctor trained with the team? And is he the one who is showing the exit of Jemfi and leaving out Adumako? Fair enough. If he's taking the decision, that's very okay. But we'll be dieting if he fails at Baba Yara Stadium. He might test a wrath. If he fails, my Kotokopa this, God help us. Okay, we free Adani Dankwa Junior Tema Community 3 Udia and so I would buy no. Mamisha Accra Tessano and Papa Isudiwe Ifri Eba. Good morning. I'm disappointed in the management of Kumasi's Anti-Kotoko over their decision to release some 8 players at a time all windows are about to close or virtually closed. If not for deliberate wickedness, why didn't they release these boys at a time they can easily find a team to play by this 11th hour? Whilst Hearts of Oak is reviving their continental acknowledgement, Kumasi Asante Kotoko is wasting time on social media, insulting innocent journalists. This is shameful. We ensu Ifri Obrimpong, Tessano, Accra, Dode Ebae, and so no. Mamisha Constable Entry Emmanuel, Cape Coast Regional Police Headquarters, said I love Kessben Sports pundits, especially you said how you educate the public and about issues. It's so fantastic, but I don't know the reason why people are on Facebook insulting you. Kumasi Asante Kotoko is a classic club and does not need more youthful players before winning cups. They should check Chelsea's squad, Man City's squad, Bayern, Barcelona, and Real Madrid squad. They all depend on mature players and few youth players before they won the Champions League. So now I can boldly say Kumasi Asante Kotoko is not ready for trophies, but rather for fame. Mark it on the wall. They will sack Prosper Ogum. Because these players can never win any trophy. Constable Entry Emmanuel, Cape Coast Police Headquarters. They also the Abre no. Okay. Mamifa we entwaso na Feminko Kufia Champo. Is it true that Agadas and Sam Yabua, is it Sam Yabua? were former players of Fire Rangers. Samuel Apia, okay, were former players of Fire Rangers. And Nana Yamponsa is benefiting. Come on, into me and percentage into me and come on. Who recommended the transfer? Who recommended the transfer lesson of the 8 players? Dr. Ogun or the management? If it's by the doctor, then it's based on performance or what? He hasn't played any match yet to assess them enough, or just by the 1 week training. Okay, why not do we answer every yesterday I heard on an FM station that assume Messi is on loan to Kotoko and not on a permanent deal. I think the board should be interested in these signings. My regards to you all. I hope to meet you guys before I return to the US. Ajimandia, anyway, Abre, Kofi Achampong.
Ajimandia is supposed to be in America.
Aye, maybe award you. Unimno. Ajimandia, okay. Young Koswe.
Frank, now can the demo form? National Choir was 3 goals in 4 games. Meaning, say it's something you would want to, acknowledge in terms of what I say. And I saw can straightly with the
mentioned that.
Okay.
I mentioned it.
And I think
I was talking about Jordan. Jordan, I'm so
look, I said that Ayew brothers. And Sana who single out Jordan. What I says, once we say Ayew brothers, it's inclusive of the Ayew. But I think that he's informed, and I think we need to acknowledge that he's doing well on the club. We hope he translate that into the Black Stars as well. Coming up. Joe, I tell you something. Our part of the world, look at Ali. We just said our law can say they are even on the verge of sacking coach. And then Pesitao, so maybe yes, I know. Pesitao. You see, our problem here has been with prioritizing instant results over process. I've said this again. And in the end, is the reason why we keep on building. In the name, building, change code, change place, change code, change place. It's a problem. But what they are not do back to I don't understand. That's why I say I'm interested.
Okay.
Because a club looking for instant results, and to be our coach, where saw you one you call players, so many one you into call. Until then you bring in replacement. But the line of Kotoko's replacement, then the man say whether it is this line, say they are prioritizing instant results over process. If a process it's not Kotoko. A go through there. Then we understand say a process and that they are building way. So on the basis of that, I would want to, I want to decline to count those players, as members of a place Kotoko assigning. But what I say, me person my count. Frank, what the person mention?
Kotoko ni youth team.
Meba. What the person mention? They are body, 17, 18, 1 for now, the Division 2, Division 3.
So much
Division 2, Division 3, Division 1. Yeah. I don't want to count them to the signings at Kotoko for the season. My understanding is that, for instance, if say Arsenal, if say Arsenal signing maybe a 15 or 16-year-old boy, at least one bet 20 photo. But season and then our kind and a season big kind signings Arsenal on fan count. No, you say or you team and that on your starter. And now Manchester for my sign Ghana ni papa and mommy will be no maturity. I don't think say a Manchester signings for the season account no account.
So I
the only reason and then I'm say I'm so much interested in exactly what the Kotoko project is. Is it the same situation?
Okay.
But unfortunately, with all these U17, U18 players now, almost there's noise about them. Team, whether they are first teamers or they are meant for you team. But what must I say? I they are meant for you team. Men can't sign on. Can make us a Kotoko sign so by this in a 2-pay.
Okay.
But don't forget, Makasa, you can find a 17-year-old or what the tenacity or what the temperament or what the boldness or what the skill and the ability to play for senior team. Esibebri, La Messi was 16 years when he was giving his debut.
Okay.
Cristiano Ronaldo, Manchester Mokotono, no, it's 17, 18 years. In Manchester, Mokotono, a buy. It happens. There are people with special talent.
Okay.
I've said it. Tariq Jibril. House of Folk for far now, if you with the board that I know 16 years from Tafo. There are people with special talent.
Yeah.
It happens. So do these players find themselves in? Maybe 17 close to a defender. Didn't players find themselves in these things? You could be good, but at a certain level, we experience. Apart from good now, you know your experience count. And I'm wondering whether those, teenagers, are from a part of youth team, and so we don't count them amongst the real Kotoko signings for the season. In the national Kotoko signings, and then Samuel, is he a boy up here? Any Agadas, Mono, they walk straight into the first team. And I said, this youth team players, almost sign you, Mono. Because you team because they be from Division 2, be from Division 3, they be from Division 1. Whether they are coming into the first team. Some of our first team and probably with my count and the signings of Kotoko. 10% because you 2, maybe they have some more to sign. When it is said they will sign between 5 to 10, then maybe you 2. For the simple reason, they say, I wrote Gojibek's text, I'm casting See, this season, the decision from the Ghana Football Association, and they say, players, you can register up to 100. So we have the money to keep them and make them happy and pay normal. But season, over register 30 to play the season. But this season, the amount concession of 10, of which only teenagers. I register my first team. Name they are eligible to play with youth side. But what must say? Now the reverse was the idea. Said they got this ban and can you team players only eligible to play for the main team. But registering for first team requirement is different from registering for youth team. But what must say? This will be registered with youth team. He may not meet the requirement to play in the first team. That's why the DFA has made it say, we register with players now. We submit a list of 30 premium. We can submit a list of additional 10. On boom from youth team. So in this case, they may have to undergo the registration for premier for first teamers. But what must say? That anti-me categorize those players, I was our session. Okay. And it's about idea. Then the real first teamers probably 2.
But the first team, the only first team you're training. They are training with the first team.
No, you still not understand me. No, those players
they can't current signings.
No, you're still not understanding me. You're still not understanding me. So what team I say? They will play for the first team. What I say? But they are also eligible to play for the youth team. Meanwhile, no one can the 30 cut off no only extra 10. This all can signings for the season now. A first team is 30 our be only different from those buffer players no me 10 now or me teenagers now. We find some youth team players, but they would then migrate into first team to help in the process of building all the first division and premier division clubs. Until that definitely are eligible to train with the first team. But what can with 30 now? On no can cut off 30 you still have a gap of 10 plus 10. I'll bet to my account.
Whether no, you're under 17 and that's the age be amount.
No, I never see teenagers. I think from under 18 or something. I need to get to the age. There's a cut-off point. Into why we usage make teenagers. I do 20.
No problem with the submission.
The Achika no or the Tutu also Achika create a situation a beer. Let's play it safe.
Because we don't have the facts. You and I do not have the facts.
But what I'm saying is that Broche for the Arsenal sign youth team player now. Usually they train with the youth team.
Yeah, but sometimes they are called to train with the first team.
Need youth team they training. Then they invite become senior team when they are contemplating using them with the senior team. In this case, Kotoko sign and adore them just like they are adoring all other players in their Twitter account. And when they come, they train. I say that Kotoko ni youth team say. And these are their signings. Unless anybody come to tell us something different.
But what team I say, normally to say Manchester or Arsenal signing youth team player, they will tweet. All right, except say, and this circumstance, a lot of noise being made about these teenagers. And it gets me here. Okay. What I say, me interested to know exactly what the project is. Right. Whether ASR purposes and I say these are first teamers. Okay. Let me say I want to decline jurisdiction to accept. So first teamers and so I account for because obviously this is Frank Kayano. If the CEO says Kotoko is the best team in the league. But the other reason why Kotoko league they say they played away from home. Then do not away with all these tall list of players, It to me untenable.
Yeah.
But what must say? Say your best team. National so will be fair squad. You buy 3-4 to beef up, but you don't sack the entire team and then build another team.
Okay.
What I say?
Yeah.
Do you expect to get the results now? And many
14.
First of all, I'd also want to say Frank, and I want to be very honest, be fair here. No place in Yana or Pamu few team one, based on performance.
I agree.
Obi on the Suban team crown, you don't entertain him. You could be the best player in your team. When Manchester United saw David Beckham, he was about the best player, yes, in terms of equality, marketability and everything. He was about the best. But Alex Ferguson decided to sack him because no bad influence for dressing room. Akofa posh obani normal and the focus ako, social than born or born. It is sometimes these things happen. But how many of such Kotoko players can be tagged as bad influence in over 10 over something? I bet 10 years to build a new team.
Were not brought in from seminary.
But what must I say? No, what must I say? Do we then conclude all the players our bad character all these players are going and that Kotoko start to be from? And then what is the end point? What is the bottom line? Exactly what does Kotoko want to achieve now?
Musical youth.
1989-88. We are in 2021.
What's your worry?
We are in 2021. Which team is going to do that?
Okay.
Now, to say, what must I say? So, let me say, I'm very much into. I'm so curious as to exactly what Kotoko is about. I don't get it.
What's Osman? Esha. Sako di Esha. Esiama into Uncle Luna. Now the 18 in 1917 bar.
Osman, Kim Faisal.
Yeah,
Nana, Omko fan free Kim Faisal. Ana Alaji ni here and the day.
Alaji no Omoko who had intended. Meanwhile, we are bringing in 1870.
This style of managing Asante Kotoko is chasing us away. Emmanuel Jemfi is going. Why? Please, is Kayaka still there? Every year, Kotoko offload players and bring in new ones. Hey, inti Kotoko payani. We find it as our message by Father Mensa. I'm watching you live on Kessben television. I just love and admire your show. Keep it up, Reverend Father Mensa. And anyway, by the players reportedly released by Kumasi Asante Kotoko at this time. It's not right. It's not a right decision. It's an emotional action, not backed by any scientific reasoning. The management acts wrongly too much. I agree perfectly with Sir Franco Naro. I like Mama Salia. I feel when she band the line. And so maybe
opinion about this things. I think maybe they have to reconsider I tell you something small, just 30 seconds. It's when we Ashanti good midfield. Okay, and the Musi was the best midfield in Ghana, and Abila was part. There's a Kamakon was part. When Omusi Peti, performance acquiescing. So continuity. You understand? It helps a lot. Consistency in football is so important. Okay. But you dismantle. Where are you heading towards?
And the cam, friends, public friends, how can I say?
Was it public opinion?
Public opinion about the supposed transfer listed players.
We are Kobebia. There is also a public opinion. Umbedu at mama mami otifi mami okofum. Papa organize you.
No, but there's a signal.
Or can't be a good net.
But we are signal. Every time they continue to insult us, but we continue to say it means we don't give a damn about what they are writing. And I want to Marciana. They continue to insult.
Fided means if somebody official has created a plan.
Oh yes.
And they give them information. Put the post there and go and insult them.
Credit.
And is that how you run?
I'm just saying, you continue to insult us. You continue to insult and they insult us. But we continue to say what we are saying. Meaning we don't give a damn about what we are doing. We are doing the work. And now,
okay. Joe, please, I would like to suggest to you and your noble crew that kindly set aside a day within the week to deliberate on only local sports, just like you set aside Friday for questions and answers. My humble plea. Okay. Kofi Usu, Pankrono, Abed, Radiwe, Aba, Andy Kem. Prophets in Kungumo. Insults, prophets, no mobile.
Yeah.
My Abba.
What I say?
And what is that? The DNA attack the insult and come so. But now, no more. Of course. Now, so you're successful. Indeed, the mobile. When I want more musica, will be 100 million. so mumfa attack on my no crane nya ikada andikem
ira o time no mama say me peso bia kwa akoto amasem so amame ti o de mama
ti fa ba ko naka
okay peso bia kwa akoto amasem so amame
na de open na binya
number 1 Dr. Nyauta Makloyi bin wankaso okoji FIFA Club World Cup wankaso okoji CAF Champions League wankaso okoji Confederation Cup abra obesa no nti that question again sajo mamu me enfant to you again Steven Amankona ne set to say no kotokunye o ma na so ma nya o mo nti it doesn't come in here Emmanuel Jamfidie na sajo wo de ma me idwie no nko ana set time no so kra am okay I disagree with Emmanuel Jamfia oko. First of all, football enya sorry to be infant to the team. Ball enya sorry ko. The issue about player being in discipline, the prima donors, omu in discipline je obia. But oba park that's all the results be more and they very very important. Emmanuel Jamfi ebo tell you matches of board this particular season. About 31 matches in the Ghana Premier League. Me usually in Nkwa. And also 5 goals. Into Usha Kotoko team Nima. Omo top scorers in ye. Kwame Pokubo 16 matches or 6 goals. Jamfi about 31 matches or 5 goals. Fabio Gama plays same 31 matches 5 goals. And Andy Kumiye the next person or 4 goals. Into Oka Kotoko top scorers now. Kwame Puku di oko Fabio Gama oho Emmanuel Jamfi oho and they see Emmanuel Jamfi enko na no obi busa say coach na the coach told the player is surplus to requirement. The coach Prosperity say the team na oba be build no Emmanuel Jamfi enya de so obenya biabo na captain de ontimi man ntina bench abra onya bi mo nti sejo eno na me che say I disagree so sanfa kotoko team ni mu nyina omo ball matches dodo pa Ghana with 33 matches, Gama 31 and Jamfi 31. Again, the number of appearances on Munya this season, Jamfi and Gama a joint are Munya second. This is a player Kotoko. I say more permanent from the team. Again, so also compete in Africa within the final ranks of the Kotoko players on the field of play. There's nobody within the setup who experience Chinese in Africa. Instead, you sa player we nyano manenko. And Ghana high one. How many wingers na better che Emmanuel Jamfi? Me jitum sa man kuna last season had a better season than Jamfi. But say you check the last 5 years of Emmanuel Jamfi and compare to all these wingers ayeka. Say how many of them are better than him? So also do be bar. It be taking time for him to adapt to the system, the tradition, the fans and the playing body. But this is a player OBBA. Among cancer supporters they say. And someone on more course down Babaka said them for the deal some name and my players because of money into Pamo. This is a player Kotoko against Liberty Professionals. Ewo Sugakope. Coach is obey using penny for some print. They should tell the supporters nunti and I pam Gemfi any BBA. Or per se the writing in the year team.
Okay.
And the yes are writing the MP. So junior sir. Players now and I don't buy all strikers no. Mammy come combine them as you now with their pon. Adomako bought 9 matches in the league or share 1 goal. Safutela bought 6 matches in the league or share 1 goal. Until one can go to the moon. We are now there to them Fidiano. And the Kumi bought 60 matches or share 4. And Market Vinicius played 4 matches, scored 2 goals. Until strikers not the by now bought 35 matches and almost 8 goals. Emmanuel Jamfi alone as a winger played 31 games and scored 5 goals. If
I'm afraid of the Kumasi Asante coach, I'm afraid for the Kumasi Asante coach. He can't stay even for 6 months. The team is not serious if they want to go to Africa. Reverend Bessa Simons, Abra Dunkau, thank you. BBA lines 2 calls, Bikra and Kenyaba 0551444933. My first caller about line also. Hello.
Abante Omonya Fantasa Jo Laka.
At the same.
Over me who are this is as folk in Africa here bono. I don't go judge in IBB or baby Fanta. Over. Offer saw the Nigeria and the big contract Papa Pucci and then my film over. And there's all him said your baby. Because coach, you know, when Kazakana that's a coach or work from the coach. But for now, what you do you will say. Sabianya, the Ghana Blaster team, the player be a board. I made now advertise. Obianto. on the LGBT. And if they are you ban post, but I will be a offer. I can't forget that you quite enough for me. That's also offered Dr. Jack. I am with them because they are put to be by here.
Okay. I'm so we na semka. Mefa ba kwa ka ho na fi. Yeah, the dia kan nyina no Amali Baba Dankambari. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Mbacho.
I'm Diani. Country Masongo, middle of was a KT Parliament.
Okay.
Obenga here. I'm saying, I may have passed. I Kotokopo, almost you are dempsey. But I go see two of you are dempsey for a parliamentary and on your papa. Kotoko, some year Kotokopo beer. Now, never seen them. I forgot to mean, and then the supporters know. I want the pressure. I demand penny poor. It's I don't know no more when you should see them. So I'm going to go supporters now. Again, I'm taking my delay.
Okay. I'm saying also make you point
Ediana Stars are afraid Adomako, Omafre Jemfi, and they are interested. Adom from Pon, sorry.
Okay. Ali Baba Dankambari up next with breaking news.